the killing of an MIT professor. CBS's Tom Hansen.
After almost a week of pleading with the public for help, police in Providence last night said 48-year-old Claudio Manuel Neves Valente of Portugal was the man who killed 2 students at Brown University Saturday, and say he was a former student there between 2000 and 2001. The search for Neves Valente ended 90 minutes from Providence in Salem, New Hampshire. He was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche tells Fox News the release of the Epstein files will begin today, but will last over an extended period of time. Sources say the release is 3 hours away. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Survivors have sought these records for years. Some are questioning whether the administration will withhold certain files by claiming they're tied to recently opened investigations involving high-profile Democrats linked to Epstein.
They have been fighting for nearly 20 years to let the public know what happened to them, who was involved, and for some measure of justice by the federal government.
Defiance from Vladimir Putin on Ukraine during his annual end-of-the-year marathon news conference. He pledged to use his military to reach its goals in Ukraine if the country does not bend to Russia's peace deal terms, and through interpretation dismissed talk of a possible wider war in Europe.
Are we truly going to attack Europe? This is nonsense. This is done based on the political reasons. And this is done to create the image of an enemy. They are creating an image of an enemy, and they're making Russia the enemy.
Here at home, a different look now at the Kennedy Center in Washington.
One day after the president's handpicked board voted to add President Trump's name, workers have been adding new letters to the exterior. Critics of the change to the Donald J. Trump and the John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts have said only Congress can change the name. Some members of the Kennedy family have also taken offense. President Trump also recently added his name to the U.S. Institute of Peace, which is now the Donald J. Trump Institute of Peace, an independent agency the administration gutted this year. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
And CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano says the Pacific Northwest is getting another punch.
Oregon and Washington brace for more flooding as another atmospheric river fuels a new storm hitting the West Coast. High water, landslides, and downed trees are impacting roads south of Portland.
The Dow is up 280. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Day 3 without power for thousands of you. The story coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Tukwila, a disabled vehicle is blocking a lane on northbound I-5 at 188th Street. You're backed up to South 200th Street. Floodwaters have blocked State Route 167 northbound between Auburn and Kent. Travel times otherwise looking pretty good. Everett to Seattle, 25 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, 14, and your lake bridges are clear. Traffic brought to you by Harnish Auto Family. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family Year-End Super Sale. Visit harnishautofamily.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. The weather is turning chilly. There's a winter storm warning in the mountains. More on that in a moment. But first, it is day 3 without power for about 10,000 customers throughout the Puget Sound region. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is in the town of Clinton on the island where some people are in the dark. James, what are you seeing this morning?
Heather, those still without power here on Whidbey Island are hoping today will be today power is restored. The hardest hit areas are on the south end of the island, and people living there have been in the dark since Tuesday. It's making home life difficult, but Matt Johnson says work has been a challenge too.
This is day 3. So yeah, it's affected our work. We haven't been able to get to our jobs to do anything, and just trying to make it by.
Crews have been working around the clock and hope to have power restored sometime tonight. Live on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. A flood watch is in effect for much of western Washington with a warning along a few rivers. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is along the White River in Auburn. Luke, what's the concern there?
Yeah, good morning, Heather. Yeah, I'm along the banks of the White River here. Well, the concern is, nobody wants to see this river rise again and putting more and more strain on levees that actually broke in this area earlier this week. There are warnings, though, that the White River could flood again in Pacific and Auburn. It's at minor flood stage right now, but the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is predicting the White River will hit a moderate flood stage tonight, and then it'll stay there through early next week. That is a lot of strain on all those levees. The nearby Green River, by the way, predicted to remain at a minor flood stage. Live in Auburn, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Luke. A winter storm warning is in effect for the mountains through tomorrow. 1 to 2 feet of snow is expected. The good news, if it falls as snow, it's not going to immediately be flowing into rivers and contribute to flooding. In Kitsap County, a dangerous dog investigation is underway.
Hey, sir, get in your car!
Kitsap County deputies say 4 dogs attacked another dog and then bit the people who tried to intervene in Bremerton on Wednesday. One person suffered severe facial wounds. Seattle police making good on their promise to contact suspected Johns using prostitutes along Aurora Avenue. They've been photographing the license plates of suspicious vehicles. In October and November, they sent 41 warning letters to registered vehicle owners. It was touted as the game of the year, and the Seahawks and Rams did not disappoint. Seattle overcame a 16-point deficit in the fourth quarter to beat L.A. and take control of the division.
Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught! Touchdown! Make an extra point, make a conversion. I don't care what it is. The Seahawks win the game again on the last play of the game.
The Hawks win it at home 38-37. They are heading to the playoffs. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Spotty showers today in the lowlands with highs in the mid-40s. It's 41 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
This is how we do it.
Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught! Touchdown! Make an extra point, make a conversion. I don't care what it is. The Seahawks win the game again on the last play of the game.
Everybody in the world, your mama, your auntie, the crowd, the experts, me, you, everybody. When the Seahawks, Ursula, when they were down 16 points with 8 minutes to go. You want to know why everybody thought that they was going to lose? Because the Seahawks have been around for 50 seasons, Ursula. 50 seasons. In the history of Seahawk football, 50 seasons, the Seahawks are 0-172 when down 15 points or more in the fourth quarter. So if anybody thought, okay, these are about to lose, you were correct. You are accurate. But for somehow, they won the game. As a matter of fact, never in the history of the world, in NFL history, has a team like the Rams had 500 yards of offense.
Yes.
They had 0 turnovers, and they caused their opponent to turn it over 3 times, and they still lost. Good morning, Ursula. You know why I'm here?
Good morning. I do know why you're here.
I'm
because
hurting
it's the Gee and Ursula Show, and you are hurt, and you came in.
Hey, everybody,
and people, if you're looking right now, you need to get on YouTube because I am wearing glasses today in studio. Why? Because we have these brand new lights, and for 3 days in a row, I have come home with a headache, and I realized maybe it's the lighting.
Or maybe it's G.
No. So I'm going to try this. We'll see if I can make it through even the first hour wearing glasses while doing our show.
D-Dub in Lakewood said, good morning, y'all. Hey, I'm putting on my glasses right now. He put on his sunnies right now.
Yes.
All right, what are we doing today? Because your boy hurting. What's up?
Okay, well, remember when you and I were kids, we were latchkey kids.
For sure.
A lot of us were. But now we have kids who melt down if we leave for a couple of hours. Are parents under more pressure than ever to be physically present?
Mm-hmm.
I say yes.
Okay.
I also think it's self-inflicted, and we're going to talk about this coming up at 9:30. But right now, we want you to text us how you feeling about that game. KIRO News Radio text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Let's get to it. Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Batfitter Northwest.
Okay, you kind of did a quick recap, but if you're still trying to process what you saw last night at Lumen Field, you're certainly not alone. They were down 30-14 in the fourth quarter, giving up more than 580 yards, which, as G said, is the most in franchise history. The Seahawks really look cooked. Last night, I started...
Wait, did you say the Seahawks really look cooked?
Yes.
Damn, Ursula, I love you. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, it was so bad. I posted on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. I was posting a picture of my Christmas tree. That's how much I'd given up. Okay, you know who else gave up? NFL Next Gen Stats gave them a 2.7% chance to win.
For real?
Yes. And then everything broke loose.
This is a high wobbly kick. Shaheen has to run up, makes the catch at his own 43, starts up the middle. Now he has a gap on the left side 40, turns upfield. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Holy catfish. Touchdown, Seahawks.
I mean, Steve Rabel's seen it all, and you could tell there is a lot of excitement. So that punt return touchdown, a bizarre once-in-a-lifetime 2-point play. We've got to talk about some of this. Overtime, finally, instead of settling for a tie, who all said they should have gone for the tie? Because Sam Darnold found backup tight end. Backup. I had to ask you, who's that guy? Gee and I were texting toward the end of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets this walk-off 2-pointer. Seahawks win 38-37. Now they take over the NFC West. They grab the top seed in the NFC.
What a freaking football team you guys are. What a football team, man. Yeah. What a freaking Seahawks. Let's go. We are in the playoffs. We are in the game.
Okay, yesterday I was asking if the coach had a pulse. I mean, he can turn it on when he wants to.
I mean, yeah.
So he said the decision to go for 2 was easy because he trusted his guys.
Right.
What happened when I texted you and I said, OMG, was this the right call?
And I told you no. I said no. Go for the tie. And let me explain, Ursula. I told you, go for the tie. I told Doug Baldwin, go for the tie. I told Jermaine Kearse, go for the tie. Doug says, no, you go for it. Jermaine says, no, you go for it. I mean, matter of fact, I'm going to post it on social media. They said I could. I mean, I'm telling them no. And the reason why I kept saying go for the tie, hear me out. Because if the Seahawks either win or tie, if they were to tie the game, then they would still clinch a playoff berth.
Okay, so it was a safe route.
It was a safe route.
It still would have.
But if they don't get the 2-point conversion, then they have to go on the road, and they still got to go face Carolina and the San Francisco 49ers. And all I kept saying is go the safe route. And to which Doug and Jermaine were like, no, you go for it in this situation. You're hungry. You're here. You're there. And if you don't get it, you just get on the road and you go play Carolina. And then to which I told you back and forth, I said, I'm so glad to be wrong.
Yeah. I know. That text came in just as we got that touchdown.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Now,
what life lesson can we learn from what we saw last night?
I think the life lesson goes back to my whole point. 0 and 172. And in life, there's a lot of us that maybe you're going through some type of adversity, right? And you're down 16 points with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And people in your life, they say, no, you can't do it. Or I don't think you'll be able to do this. Even yourself, you start to think in your mind that you can't do something. But at the end of the day, the Seattle Seahawks are playing a game, or you in life are playing the game. Only you know. Only the Seahawks playing together. And by the way, speaking of that, the Seahawks don't, and I'm not just saying this, they don't win that game if collectively they don't believe in each other as a team. Mm-hmm. The defense picks up the offense. The offense picks up the defense. And when the offense and defense aren't doing great, guess what happened? With 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Rashid Shaheed, the punt return, special teams comes through. So what we all saw yesterday was, in my opinion, one of the 3 best Seahawk games that I've ever seen in my life. The first 2 were the NFC Championship game against the 49ers, and the other one was the NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers, and then last night. Greatest games I've ever been a part of, and it's one of those things where there's no way in the world the Seahawks should have won, but they still did.
Yes, they did. Okay, there was one moment in the game that still has you scratching your head. A lot of people are also confused. I don't want you to say it, though, because we're going to talk about it in the 10 o'clock hour.
Okay.
And maybe you listening right now know what that is.
It's the
and you were going deep.
It's the 2-point conversion, right? It's the one they're calling it the Zackward Pass is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
And it's the one where you thought, okay, the play's dead, and oh my goodness, they just overturned it, and actually the Seahawks did get the 2 points. So at 10 o'clock, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, if you rent in Washington, this next story matters. If you're trying to buy your first home, this really matters. If you had flood damage recently, this also matters. Because Governor Bob Ferguson is proposing a record housing investment. We're talking about more than $225 million aimed at building, fixing, and preserving affordable homes all across the state, and that includes help for flood-damaged homes.
We also consider this funding to be really a bridge while we pursue federal relief from this historic crisis. So I want to be clear, we are seeking disaster relief from the federal government.
But the money that he is proposing to use is also for preserving manufactured home parks, building nearly 2,000 new affordable rentals, and creating hundreds of units for first-time buyers. And he says this message that he heard everywhere on the campaign trail was simple: we need more housing. So his plan also pushes cities to allow homes in places like vacant strip malls and underused commercial property, and even creates a new State Department of Housing to speed things up. My question for all of you, and G, is do we trust that this money will actually be used in a way that makes a real difference in the housing crisis?
No, I don't trust it. And the reason why I don't trust it is very simple. First of all, look, it sounds good, okay? And there might be a few people in this state that might benefit. And when I say a few people, I mean not enough people will benefit from this. The problem is at Ursula, we want to do everything. We want to give buzzwords. We want to say you can have this housing. We want to say you can have this voucher. We want to do all of these things. And the number one thing that we can do for people, let me speak for myself. The number one thing, you want to know how I was able to change my life? I was able to change my life once I made more money. And what I'm saying is if you really want to change people's lives, you guys want to change people's lives, figure out a way for people to have more money. Now, I know a lot of times people say, gee, you always want to give people money. That's because I know what it can do for people. I know what an extra $500-600 a month can do for a family. That is the difference between your child being able to maybe play this sport or this after-school care or something. $500 extra a month matters. So I'm not trying to rain on your parade with the story. In my heart, I truly feel like it's another talking point and a political talking point that makes people pause and say, oh my goodness, it's going to be affordable housing. It's going to be such a change in the world.
And yet when they try to get the affordable housing, they can't find it. I think they need to do a much better job of, first of all, sharing the success stories. Tell us where you've seen a difference, because from what we hear on a daily basis and what we report on, it's always we just don't have enough. We don't have enough. And the reality is, over the past decade, the state has put billions of dollars into housing and homelessness programs. We're talking about $3.4 billion in homelessness prevention and another $2 billion into housing construction since 2013. Yet, right now, nearly half of Washington renters spend more than 30% of their income just to keep a roof overhead.
What you think?
And a quarter are paying more than a half.
What you think?
So
you think?
No, I mean the reason I asked the question is because I don't hear enough of the success stories. So we just keep talking about we need to put more billions more, and we still have people who are, talking about contemplating living in their cars, and it's not a one and done. But I think the biggest difference will also be making it easier and taking away some of the hurdles to create this housing.
Right. Ursula, we've tried everything out there to make things better for people, except what?
UBI.
We've tried everything. And the truth is, this is what I believe in my heart right here. And I keep saying this phrase. I think we, in this country, the way the system is designed, we continue to rather have charity than parity. We don't want to see other people have equal footing. And until we get to a point in this country where we're just not, oh my gosh, let's help that family out. Here's a free turkey and a $100 voucher just to go. And we take pictures and we go in front of this and we have the backdrop says affordable housing. We're going to give this money to the people, affordable housing. Until we quit taking damn pictures and truly try to do, we're going to keep talking about this and it's going to be in your dang top 5 stories all the time.
Okay, I'm going to bring up someone that you saw at the Seahawks game last night.
Who?
Was it Cal Raleigh, didn't you say?
Oh, yeah, Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So he just went from fan favorite to full-blown national headline. Why? Because Sports Illustrated has now named the Mariners catcher the breakout star of the year for 2025. And this isn't a baseball-only award. Gee, it's across all sports, honoring the athlete who unexpectedly took over the conversation. And as I mentioned, Raleigh was at the Seahawks game last night.
Hey, Scott Raleigh here at the Seahawks-Rams game. Can't wait to watch the Seahawks get a win tonight.
Oh, yeah, that was the game last night.
Yeah,
For a second,
there.
I was like, was that the right one?
Yeah, he was
okay,
there.
yeah. So at 29, we know that he's a switch-hitting catcher.
Yeah.
He put together one of the most outrageous seasons the position has ever seen. So 60 home runs, right? That's the most ever by a primary catcher. He blew past Salvador Perez, Ken Griffey Jr., even Mickey Mantle's switch-hitting mark. He led all of Major League Baseball in home runs, topped the American League in RBIs. It goes on and on. And yet, for some reason,
I just don't think he's a big star. Here's the thing. I love Cal Raleigh. And the reason why I keep bringing this up, and you guys are probably thinking like, gee, why do you always say that? Because I think Cal Raleigh is amazing. I think this dude is getting ready to be a 2-time Platinum Glove winner. By the way, he's already been once.
Yeah.
The Mariners have never had a Platinum Glove winner. This dude, as a catcher, hits 60-plus home runs. He's a star. He should be on commercials, national commercials, all the time.
Well, he has a couple, right?
What?
One of them's T-Mobile. Yeah, you won't believe where I am. That commercial.
And then wasn't there another one?
How often do you see that commercial?
It's not very often, and I agree with Ursula. Yeah, Honey Bucket, it's semi, but he needs to be more exposed to the national spotlight.
Let me get a little personal.
Okay.
Last night, your boy, before the game, I'm down there on the field.
Yeah.
They got the stars there last night. You feel me? Chris Pratt was there. By the way, they handed him the microphone. He went crazy on the microphone, but that's another story. But I'm down there on the field before the game, right? And all the stars, all the who's who.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh's there. All I'm saying is I feel like the Cal Raleigh in that situation, you feel me? Like he should be like, that's Cal Raleigh. If Ken Griffey Jr. was right there, or if this player was right, like that's Cal Raleigh.
But he is a big star. It's just he doesn't act. One of the things that is so endearing, at least to a fan like myself, is that he is self-deprecating. He is just someone who is understated given his incredible talent, that he would rather give benefit to the team versus me. And I think if he started acting like, a big superstar, people would turn on him like a dime. Like they did with Russell Wilson. That's my opinion.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
So let's say you got this guy, and he's dating a few people, right? But he got this one that he don't never take out on a date. He always goes to see her on the weekends, but he don't take her out on a date. But he wants to take out all these other folks, right? But the one that he never takes out, so nice, really nice, very humble, but that person's a superstar.
Yeah.
But they're really nice and humble. But they want to go on a date and out and flash with the other folks. That's Cal Raleigh to me. Cal Raleigh, they need to take Cal Raleigh out on, he needs to be out on more dates. I think he's a superstar.
I think his popularity is just getting started. These last couple seasons has been his breakthrough. You just wait and see. He's going to get even more attention from this point on. I hope one day.
You promise now.
But I don't think that's ever going to be him. 425 said it well. He's not thirsty for attention like everybody else is nowadays. He's happy to be where he's at.
If he keeps playing the way he does, he'll be given that attention.
Nick, Ursula, can I tell y'all what attention equals?
What's it? Money.
Money.
Yeah.
I'm thinking from my money.
Do you think he's hurting for money?
It's always enough for more money. All right, Ursula, good stuff today. 9:47. Is it better to get away for Christmas or stay at home? Katrina Gachard is going to come in and talk about parents. Do parents have more expectation or guilt to physically be present and parent more than ever? Do that next, Gee Ursula.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught. The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth.
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
We're making a difference, everyone. It's G. Scott here. Already, thanks to your generosity, more than $2.5 million has been donated to nourishing neighbors at local Safeways. Those donations have already been turned into grocery cards, distributed across Washington to families who need them most. But if rising costs and tough times weren't enough, now massive flooding had displaced families from their homes. The need is tremendous and growing. Please help. When you shop at Safeway, please consider donating to Nourishing Neighbors at checkout. Your gift provides grocery cards distributed through food pantries, schools, community centers, so families can shop with dignity and choose the foods to help make this season special to them. It's not just about food. It's about restoring hope, pride, and the ability to celebrate. Learn more at nourishingneighbors.com. And next time you're at Safeway, take moments like this to give. Together, we can nourish everyone and make sure no one is left out this holiday season. Visit nourishingneighbors.com.
Looking for a high school that nurtures both the mind and spirit? Archbishop Murphy High School is where academic excellence meets faith-based education. With a 100% graduation rate and a college prep program designed to challenge and inspire, our students are prepared for whatever the future holds. But it's more than just academics. Archbishop Murphy's robust athletics, arts, and co-curricular activities ensure that every student finds their passion and thrives. Archbishop Murphy High School believes in educating the whole person. That's why we offer a vibrant campus life where students grow not only academically, but also spiritually, socially, and physically. Don't just take our word for it. See it for yourself. Schedule a visit and discover how Archbishop Murphy High School can help your students succeed. Visit am-hs.org. IRG Physical and Hand Therapy proudly supports Archbishop Murphy High School, where your story begins. am-hs.org.
Brent Wilcox and his daughter Hartley talk about holiday gatherings on the Wilcox family farm.
Hartley, we're getting together with all the family on the farm to celebrate the holidays.
Yay! It's always a good time.
Papa and Grandma are doing the turkey and all the fixins.
Sounds good.
Aunt Sarah and Uncle Andy will likely do the sweet potatoes and pies.
Nice. Can you bring me home some of those omega-3 eggs?
Why? What are you making?
Doodles.
Doodles?
Yeah, snickerdoodles, Dad. Come on, they're my favorite.
I should have known. I'll bring the eggs home tonight.
Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
Anytime, Hartley.
Look for Wilcox Organic, omega-3, and hard-boiled eggs at fine grocery stores near you, including Metropolitan Markets, Whole Foods, PCC Natural Markets, Fred Meyer, and Safeway. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Remember to pick up Wilcox hard-boiled eggs for a healthy snack on the go or a tasty addition to any meal. Available at Costco and your neighborhood grocery store.
Mariners tickets for 2026 are on sale now.
Number 60! A catcher has hit 60 home runs!
Cal Raleigh and your AL West champs will be back in action before you know it. And now's a great time to lock in your seats for the biggest games. We'll be celebrating our 50th season all year long, from opening day on March 26th to epic events like Randy Johnson's number retirement. Plus, don't miss marquee matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. Go to Mariners.com to get your tickets today.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Western Washington's not only dealt with record flooding in the past week and a half, windstorms this week knocked out power to hundreds of thousands. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is in Auburn monitoring both. He joins us live. Luke?
Yeah, Heather, we're talking about the White River here. King County officials say the river is likely over top State Route 410 right now upstream at the Mud Mountain Dam. They're warning about flooding now in Pacific and Auburn, that overbank flooding is likely. NOAA predicts the river will hit moderate flood levels tonight and remain there into next week, putting more pressure on levees in town. Now let's talk about those power outages. I was up north in Marysville earlier this morning. Snohomish PUD says 3,800 customers still have no power in Snohomish County and parts of Camino Island as well. But yesterday that number was 14,000, so things are looking better. Live in Auburn, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Things also improving on Whidbey Island, which was hard hit by those power outages. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there and joins us live. James?
There are people here on Whidbey Island. Hope today is...
Apologies for that power, problem with his signal there. We'll get back to James in just a moment. A winter storm warning is in effect for the mountains through tomorrow. National Weather Service meteorologist Anna Lindemann tells us.
Kind of a normal power outage on Whidbey. So grew up and used to it. Yeah, just prepare.
Snow levels are going to remain below past levels, so anything that falls over the mountains is likely going to fall as snow through the weekend, and that'll just continue to add to the totals that are up there already.
1 to 2 feet of snow is expected. Police in Providence, Rhode Island say a 48-year-old Portuguese man was the gunman who killed 2 students at Brown University last Saturday and an MIT professor at a home in Brookline, Massachusetts. The suspect has been found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Well, today is the deadline for the Justice Department to hand over all its files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But CBS's Aaron Navarro reports.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche told Fox News on Friday the Trump administration has a different plan.
I expect that we're going to release more documents over the next couple of weeks. So today, several 100,000. And then over the next couple of weeks, I expect several 100,000 more.
Blanche said the delay is needed to make sure the victim's information is protected. Survivors have been demanding these records for years.
On Wall Street, the Dow was up 285 points. NASDAQ ahead 264. KIRO News Radio traffic, a new problem out there in East Pierce County. A section of State Route 162 is closed between Ording and South Prairie due to water from a creek that's causing erosion right there near the road. Floodwaters have already blocked State Route 167 northbound between Auburn and Kent. In Tukwila, still seeing a disabled vehicle blocking a lane on northbound I-5 at 188th Street. Traffic brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Tickets at nwhopeandhealing.org. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Spotty showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It is 41 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us on this Friday. And think about it. A generation ago, latchkey kids were normal. Wasn't unusual to come home and parents weren't there. But now, even short separations can come with a lot of guilt for parents and a lot of anxiety for the kids. Have expectations changed so much that being away feels like failing? Katrina Gashard is here. I love your parenting features, and we love every opportunity we get to chat with you. So what's going on?
Okay, thank you so much for having me. So this week, a 7-year-old, essentially, she had a viral moment, and it's sparking a lot of curiosity with parents out there. She was assigned to write a 15-page story, and she decided to call it The Big Night. And what it was about was her mom leaving her. But her mom really didn't leave. Listen to her side of the story.
I actually did not leave and abandon my family. I just went to dinner with the moms for one night, and then I came home.
Stephanie was gone for a total of 3 hours. And please know that this little girl was not alone. She had her siblings, her father. They had a movie night. But at the end of her essay, she wrote she was shocked that, wow, my mom came back. She didn't actually leave me. So now it's just sparking the fact of this conversation, mom guilt. I mean, it was only 3 hours, but it felt like an eternity to a 7-year-old. I've got a 3.5-year-old and a 1-year-old, so I do get it because anytime my husband and I plan to go out on a date, we have to prep them, especially my son, like days in advance. Like, hey, on Saturday, the babysitter's going to come. Mama and dad are going to go out on a date. Why am I not there?
Yeah.
Because it's just for mommy and daddy. So it's a whole thing. So it's daunting to me. A 7-year-old just wrote a 15-page story about this.
Probably got some help, I'm guessing.
Maybe some help from dad,
Okay,
but I
yeah.
mean, it just became a sensation.
Well, so it brings up this idea, though, for me. I think a lot of this guilt is unnecessary and self-inflicted, and I say that as someone who did feel a lot of that guilt. As someone who worked outside of the home, guilt was just such a part of my, experience as a mom, especially the years that I had to spend a lot of time. But why did this story resonate with you?
It did because, I mean, as a mom of toddlers, I do feel guilt. Like, oh man, I want to get my nails done, but maybe I should just pick them up from school right now. Maybe I could just do my nails myself with them running around. It just feels like there is self-inflicted, as you said, pressure, but I want to make sure that I'm present and there as a mom for them. Because I know with my job, I'm not there to see them in the mornings.
See, and that's a lot of where the guilt comes in.
Yeah, and it's funny because my husband, he intentionally doesn't tell me when the kids are asking for me because sometimes I would just fall out and be like, oh my gosh, like I'm not there for them. But they know I'm going to pick them up from school and be there in the afternoons, but it's an experience that I don't have. But then I have to remember, well, that's his time with the kids and he thrives and loves it.
Yes.
It's just that balance of being a mom that works outside the home and wanting to still be ever present for your kids.
Yeah, this sounds like calculus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Tell me why.
It sounds like calculus because a lot of time parenting sometimes it just comes down to 2 + 2 is 4. And I'm saying that because I think that most of the time, let me speak for myself, most of the time we parents are usually or a lot of times worried about what others say, whether it's other family members, what the mama-in-law say, what the dad and father-in-law says, what the single auntie that has no kids says, what the lady at the church says. We're always worried about what other people will say. And a lot of times it comes down to as well is some of the most judgment about your parenting skills come from people with a lot of insecurity themselves and also people who didn't do a great job raising their own kids. You see what I'm saying? So what my point, sometimes it just comes down to instinct. Trust your instinct as a parent and trust that you're not going to be perfect and to give yourself grace.
Yes.
A lot of times we as parents don't give ourselves grace because mom-in-law and father-in-law told us, well, you're not doing that right.
Well, and I also think the pendulum keeps swinging to one extreme. I think as a child, I could have used a little more parental supervision. I think my siblings could have as well. I mean, it was like really, really, really hands off. Now I think the pendulum swings and it's helicopter parenting. And I think we're contributing to a lot of the anxiety that a lot of kids feel because they're no longer resilient. It's like, oh, I can't do anything unless my parent is here. It's like, it's okay to be gone for a while. I remember I told you this morning that when I was 15, I would have parents leave me with their kids for a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And I wouldn't have dreamt of doing that when I was a parent, when my kids were younger. But their kids turned out okay. We had a couple of, mishaps here and there. But
15? How many kids? How old?
At the time, so let's see, they had 2 kids.
Ages?
5 and 3.
That means you're very responsible as a 15-year-old.
I was very responsible. Yeah.
Hey,
that's
Katrina,
a tall order.
Before you go, I got a question for you. Do you ask your kids what they want for dinner?
Okay, this is a loaded question for me.
Oh.
All right. So growing up, there are a lot of cooks and chefs in my family.
Okay.
So in my household growing up, it was a thing that we would tell our dad what we wanted for dinner. And my dad actually loved it. It became a family event, and I love to cook. My husband is not too thrilled about this idea because there have been times my son's like, well, I want pancakes. And we've done a breakfast for dinner, a brinner, if you will. But I definitely don't allow them to dictate. They are allowed to put in a request, and I'll say, Mama will think about it. But if I already have something going, no, we're going to have bolognese tonight, and that's it. You're going to eat it. No questions asked.
See, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
But I know the reason you're asking that is because it's the kids dictating what happens in the household. And again, the parents are trying to be the friend instead of the parent. I think that a lot of times, again, we are causing our kids some of these issues because we're trying to compensate for what we didn't get maybe as kids ourselves.
You know what the first clue to me is?
What's that?
What I always say about the grocery stores, what I be saying. What I always say. When I see these little kids in pajamas.
No, I thought you were going to say forget about them kids.
No. When I see these kids out here in the grocery stores in pajamas and rubber boots, I already know that kid dictates what they eat for dinner and what they wear. Thanks, Katrina.
Thank you, guys.
You're a rock star. And also, you're a better parent than I was. Because my kids didn't even have a bedtime. How about that?
Ooh. Oh, no, my kids got to have bedtime.
Hey, look, a lot of people like that. Hey, matter of fact, if there's anybody that's listening from my past, I got a message for you. All the people that said, gee, you are a terrible parent. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing the best they can, guys.
You know what?
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you. Doing the best I can. The kids gonna stay up to 3 in the morning. I'm sorry. Thanks, Katrina. Coming up next here on the show, is it better to get away for Christmas or stay at home and go to Lummi Island like Ursula's doing? Do that next, Gee and Ursula.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught. The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth?
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
We're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Talking about retirement used to get me a little stressed out, not because I wasn't actually saving, but because I didn't know if I was saving correctly. And if you have ever felt that way or you're just not sure about whether you will be able to reach your financial goals when you do hit retirement, it is time to do what we did and sit down with the advisors at Trajan Wealth. At Trajan Wealth, their advisors are fiduciaries, which is really just a fancy way of saying that their job is to put your needs first. And And when Mark and I met with Marty, she looked at all of our finances and talked about our goals of traveling more and spending more time with family. And then she showed us how to pull it together into a plan that actually makes sense. Trajan is veteran-owned. They work with families who want to focus on preserving what you've built and to help it grow smartly. And I think if you are in the position that we were, it is time to call Trajan. Trajan is spelled Trajan. You can call Trajan Wealth at 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
The 37th annual Holiday Magic was another one for the record books. Thanks to everyone who donated. You always come through. It's not too late to donate. Just go to mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic.
Put the finishing touches on your holiday season and save 30% now at Sky Nursery. Unique ornaments, decor pieces, poinsettias, wreaths, and last-minute gift ideas, even fresh-cut Christmas trees are 30% off through Christmas Eve. SkyNursery.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Brent Wilcox of Wilcox Family Farms.
Family. That's what this time of year is all about, and has been for generations. Over the past 100 years, many of you have invited Wilcox Family Farms to your table. And for this, we're thankful. You're the reason that my family continues to take great care of the land, as well as the hens that provide us with the freshest, best tasting organic eggs on any table. From Wilcox Family Farms, happy holidays.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the truth about something. Now, everybody on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, KIRO Newsradio, Seattle Sports, everybody's talking about the Seahawks game last night. But I'm going to tell you what nobody is talking about. And let me see, 888-973-5476. Let me see if you can relate. Whether you were at the game or you were watching it at home, don't you think that there was so much stress centered around that game this morning? Are you not tired like me? Because I'm cooked. Like today, I'm barely making it through the show.
Yes.
I'm super tired.
I know, but you know what's great? You're turning it on.
I'm trying.
As tired as you are, because, Gee, I have never, probably in the 6 years that we've worked together on the show, I've never seen you walking as slowly as you are today.
Yes. Your boy cooked. Okay. Are y'all heading somewhere for Christmas? Yes. Yes, I am, by the way. Anyway, today is expected to be the busiest day of holiday travel.
The FAA says almost 52,000 flights will take off for jolly destinations today alone. The group Airlines for America says the busiest travel days are today through Sunday, Friday, December 6th, and Sunday, December 28th. American Airlines says they're fully ready for the winter weather with de-icing operations at key airports such as here in Chicago at O'Hare and Boston's Logan Airport. Chicago-based United Airlines says the most popular international holiday destinations include Cancun, London, and Frankfurt. The most popular New Year's Eve destinations include Orlando, Las Vegas, and Honolulu. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News, Chicago.
So here's the question, y'all. Would you rather spend the holidays at home or go somewhere? And if you could pick any place, where would you go? 888-973-5476. Talk to us, Ursula. What's happening?
I will say that the most memorable Christmases that I have had have been the ones where we were traveling. And that includes one time we went to Florida, and it ended up being so funny because we were just winging it, trying to figure out where to go eat for Christmas. I told you Christmas Eve was the big one, right? Mm-hmm. And so we had multiple families all looking for that Christmas Eve dinner.
Yeah.
And then we found a place. It was fun. And then we did the theme park thing. It was just a fun vacation.
Yeah.
Now, at this juncture of my life, I would still love to go someplace. And the place I would pick, if I could pick anywhere, would be either Hawaii. Mm-hmm. I would want to go someplace warm.
Okay. I just want to get up out of here. You know what? Leaving on Wednesday. And here's what I've learned. This Thanksgiving that I just did that trip, I said, oh, that felt good.
Uh-huh.
I said, man, let's do that again. And so
yes,
then I was thinking about New Year's, because I'm really looking forward to this Christmas right here. I'm like, this is stress-free, so much so that your boy is even wearing pajamas.
Okay, now what did you settle on, by the way? What kind of pajamas.
Oh,
and jewelry or no jewelry?
I'm gonna keep that silk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with what you said. I'm only gonna go my
One. You're single.
one.
I think
my
that's it.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Just your cross necklace.
And no jewelry. And then I'm going to get my feet done this weekend.
And it'll be bare. So you'll be a barefoot.
Barefoot with black toenail polish.
Okay. Okay. I know people are just registering that part.
Right.
Andrew and Lacey said, if I could get to the European mountains like Switzerland or Germany for Christmas,
that's
I could
nice.
die happy. Yeah, that would be wonderful. But for me, it's just I got to go someplace warm.
Robin and Graham says, does G have a Seahawks hangover today?
A lot of people have it. People are texting in. They're hecka tired. They've used other words. I think a lot of people, I mean, that game was longer than usual too, right? I mean, obviously because it was overtime. And then we were stressed to the very end.
I just don't know how, by the way, I don't be drinking, y'all. I don't know how back in the day, I used to be able to just go out at night, partake in.
I know how.
You know what I'm saying?
I know how.
How?
Youth.
Phew. All right. A lot of people. Barry at 253 says, just like the Wizard of Oz, no place like home.
Ah.
All right. Good stuff. Hey, we got the 10 o'clock hour coming up. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff going on. I got that question for you, though. What's your thought on gender affirming care? We'll talk about that next. Gee Ursula.
Thank you to all of our great KIRO News Radio listeners.
This is the moment.
For making the 37th year of Holiday Magic our biggest one yet.
It is a celebration that benefits Treehouse.
Thanks to your generosity and the important work of Treehouse, kids in foster care will have the holiday they wished for.
We ask you to give. You do. You always come through.
You can still donate. Just head to mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic.
This is the sale car buyers wait for. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family Year-End Super Sale. Wrap up the year with savings on all 2025 models, plus amazing deals on pre-owned vehicles. Chevrolet, Kia, Volkswagen, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. 22 acres of trucks, SUVs, EVs, and cars make finding your perfect ride easy. Visit HarnishAutoFamily.com or stop by Everett or Puyallup today. That's HarnishAutoFamily.com. Harnish Auto Family. People matter.
For seniors, the holidays can be fun family time, but can also be a stressful time if you're struggling with bills. Our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be the holiday gift you're looking for.
Many seniors love their home but are struggling with mortgage payments and other bills. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash. You can pay off your debts and maybe put some extra money in the bank for peace of mind. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let it work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me or a highly experienced senior advisor. Never a sales pitch and never, ever an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from the reverse mortgage experts, Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts, and debt consolidation specialists too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
At the Boy Scouts of America, our oath remains. A Scout pledges to be kind, helpful, and brave. We're committed to providing a safe and welcoming environment where Scouts can establish the foundations of character that will last a lifetime. Our approach ensures the Boy Scouts of America is building the youth of today into the leaders we'll turn to tomorrow. The Boy Scouts of America. Building character is in our nature. Visit scouting.org to learn more about scouting.
The 37th annual Holiday Magic was another one for the record books. Thanks to everyone who donated.
You always come through.
It's not too late to donate. Just go to mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Home Comfort Alliance installs the most dependable home comfort solutions, including Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning systems. Call the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Eggland's Best.
I'm Steve Kathan. In a few hours, the Justice Department is due to begin to release the Epstein files. CBS's Aaron Navarro reports Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche indicates the release could take an extended period of time.
Blanche said the delay is needed to make sure the victim's information is protected. Survivors have been demanding these records for years.
This is about children. There is no place in society for exploitation, sexual crimes, or exploitation of women.
They have been fighting for nearly 20 years to let the public know what happened to them, who was involved, and for some measure of justice by the federal government.
The U.S. is pausing a visa program used by a Portuguese national who police say carried out the attacks at Brown University and on an MIT professor. He was found dead. CBS's Jennifer Jacobs.
This Portuguese national, the suspect in this Brown University and MIT shooting, who killed at least 2 people, 3 people, wounded a bunch more, did come into the United States on this so-called diversity visa program. And in 2017, the White House has been trying to make immigration more merit-based and eliminate the number of people who are coming in who are criminals or who have committed crime.
President Trump is set to announce new agreements that could lower some drug prices.
The announcement involving drug makers, including Novartis and Bristol-Myers Squibb, would outline what is known as most favored nation prices for the U.S. government, which buys medication under the Medicaid program. In addition, it reportedly would outline a deal so that new drugs would not cost more in the U.S. than they do in other high-income countries. Presently, Medicaid accounts for about 10% of U.S. drug spending and already benefits from some discounts. But the most favored nation price standard might affect drug prices for Americans covered by other health plans. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
At a year-end news conference, Vladimir Putin insisted Ukraine has to agree to Moscow's terms for the war to end. In Washington, Secretary of State Rubio sees it this way.
And what we're trying to figure out here is what can Ukraine live with and what can Russia live with, sort of identify what both sides' positions are and see if we can sort of drive them towards each other to some agreement.
Well, CBS's Rob Marciano tracking bad weather in the Northeast and Northwest and some places in between.
Extreme winds ripping across the Rockies, whipping up multiple brush fires in Northeast Colorado, scorching more than 14,000 acres and triggering evacuation orders.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 294 points. The S&P is up 60. This is CBS News.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
floods, power outages, and snow in the mountains. We've got you covered coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. In East Pierce County, a section of State Route 162 is closed right now between Ording and South Prairie due to water from a crate that is causing erosion right next to the road there. Floodwaters have blocked State Route 167 northbound between Auburn and Kent. Travel time at Federal Way to Seattle is 37 minutes. That's 10 longer than usual, likely due to an earlier stall in Tukwila and drivers taking I-5 as an alternative to 167. Other travel times ever to Seattle, 25 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, 14, and your lake bridges are clear. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Unlike last week, no record flooding is expected today, but a flood watch is in effect for most of western Washington with a warning along a few rivers. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is in Auburn, keeping an eye on the White River. Luke?
Yeah, Heather, I'm right along the banks of the White River. It is likely, according to King County officials, to overtop State Route 410 upstream from here where I am at the Mud Mountain Dam. Those officials are also warning that it could flood over its banks in Pacific and Auburn like it did earlier last week, which is dangerous, of course. NOAA predicting it will hit moderate flood levels tonight around 10 p.m. or so, and then remain there through the weekend and then into next week. The concern there, all that water puts a lot more pressure on the levees, protecting people, homes, and businesses along the way. Live in Auburn, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Windstorms this week knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of customers. Most of the lights are back on, but not quite for everyone. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is on Whidbey Island with the latest. James?
Heather, people here on Whidbey Island hope today will be the day they get past this storm and its aftermath. About 1,600 are still without power. I came across the Liberty Mobile Station. It's constantly packed with cars all morning. Nearly everyone had multiple huge, well-worn gas cans to get fuel for generators. Longtime islanders like Wes Helseth say outages are just part of island life.
Kind of a normal power outage on Whidbey. So grew up and used to it. You just prepare.
And most people here have been prepared. So far, the weather here is clear and dry, giving weather crews perfect conditions to finish their work. Live on Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A winter storm warning is in effect for the mountains through tomorrow. Expect snow in the passes, 1 to 2 feet of snow expected up there. The good news, if it does fall as snow, it is not going to immediately flow into those rivers and contribute to flooding. Relief for the widow of a Ravensdale father murdered 2 years ago. The man convicted of killing her husband, Nick Vallison, has been sentenced to 24 years in prison.
And I hope it haunts him for the rest of his days.
Investigators say Vallison was investigating what he thought was illegal dumping when Andrew Boehm ran him over with a stolen truck in 2023. 2 women in matching reindeer hats stole more than $3,000 worth of merchandise from Ultra Beauty in Silverdale this week. We've posted their photos at mynorthwest.com. If you have information, you're asked to contact the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office. The Seahawks now sit atop the NFC West with a 12-3 record after defeating the Rams in dramatic comeback fashion. Coach Mike McDonald.
Just so proud of our group. I mean, this is who we are.
Final score 38-37. They are heading to the playoffs with 2 games left to play in the season. Next up, the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, December 28th. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Spotty showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It is 41 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
That's right. It's Fresh Fridays here on the Gee and Ursula Show. You know why I'm here. That's right. Appreciate all of you for being here. Before we get started in the show and Ursula tells you what's happening this 10 o'clock hour, you know your boy has a random question. Here you go. There's a lot of people that are traveling right now. Maybe you're traveling now or maybe later on to travel, but traveling is the topic, okay? When traveling, you can only pick one of 2. Which one are you? Are you the thrill seeker or the mastermind? Now, when I say thrill seeker, Ursula, the thrill seeker is the one that They books the trip, but they figure out the rest later.
Fly by the seat of your pants.
They say things like, we'll see. I'm going to come back, but we'll see how it goes. The mastermind has spreadsheets, knows where to go eat, has the itinerary, is rested, actually has the break. Like, hey, between 3 and 6, you're going to rest at the hotel, and then we have dinner reservations at 7 o'clock. Which one are you, the thrill seeker or the mastermind? Which one are you, Ursula?
Do you want to wait and answer, or do you want to do it right now?
No. Let's wait. Maybe at about 10:20?
Exactly. Let's do that, because we're going to need like a little palate cleanser.
888-973-54... 888-973-5476. Oh, shoot. What you got in the news?
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. So text us, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Mm-hmm. What's new at 10?
Okay, I'm going to start off a little lighter because Seattle has just been crowned the nation's millennial capital. You know about this?
Okay.
There's new data that shows millennials now make up 32% of the adult population in the Seattle metro area, and that is actually more than any other big U.S. city.
Wow.
More than 1 million people, mostly in their 30s and early 40s. Of course, those are the folks who moved here during the boom years and then decided to stay. And it was the Seattle Times FYI guy, Gene Balk, who dug into the Nielsen data. And Seattle actually beat out places like Portland, Austin, and Denver, which are other cities that have sucked in young, educated workers during the 2010 era. But here is the twist, G. While millennials are everywhere in the Seattle area, Gen Z is underrepresented. So Seattle actually ranks near the bottom for adults under the age of 30.
Wonder why that is.
Well, I think we know. It's probably what we talk about almost on a daily basis. But only 18% of our adult population is Gen Z. So does this surprise anybody?
Nick, it surprised you, dog? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to the Gen Z, housing affordability is a problem. I was even surprised, actually, to learn that the median age in Seattle was actually 35. I was shocked at that, right? I thought it would be older. No, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked with the millennials being overrepresented, and I'm sure like a lot of baby boomers, right? And I think the reason why Seattle might not be populated because a lot of baby boomers. Probably at some point in time, maybe you used to live in Seattle, and then we were like, hey, you know what? As I'm getting older, I might not want the hustle and bustle anymore, so I want to live outside of the city with a little bit of people. So that makes sense.
So let's think this through, though, because is this a positive story or a negative story?
Negative.
Exactly.
Negative, absolutely. I mean, this has not only implications for the city, but for all of the young people who can't afford to live here, because usually a larger city means more jobs, more opportunities. For example, I wanted to work in the nicest restaurants I possibly could, so I wanted to be in Seattle to do that. If I was, Gen Z and I'm living in Tukwila, I might not be able to pursue those opportunities with the commute, or I might have to explore moving to a different state. Like, just what people are able to access in terms of opportunities is based on your proximity.
What about you, G? Do you think it's a negative story or a positive story?
Not really. I don't really think it's a negative story. And look, we do talk about on this show about Gen Z and housing affordability. We get that. The thing is that I don't look at it as negative because these homes that we are talking about, a lot of people, if you're still here that have these homes and these businesses, them homes and businesses about to go dip over to millennials in anyway. Gen Z about to get all that stuff. There's going to be the highest transfer of wealth that's going to be coming up within the next 20 years. And what does that mean? That means, I'm going to say the obvious.
That's for those who are fortunate to have the ability to transfer the wealth and those who are going to receive it. But for folks the younger generation who may want to move to a place like Seattle, the reason I think it's a negative story is because this has implications for housing in the future or how you're going to do planning,
Yeah. No, and you're right. And this is why gentrification was never a good idea. This is why they should have stopped that then. it's too late now, right? Like all of that, it was done is done. Now how you're living and how Seattle is set up, it's set up now and designed to be a place of affluence. So that part, then I'll agree that yes, it is bad news when it comes to that, because Seattle is a place where you got to have some money to live here.
Yeah. And we're now seeing, because remember we were talking about all the layoffs and how it's disproportionate now in an area like Seattle where there was so much hiring during the boom years and when there was so much tech growth. And then now we're seeing these companies that are laying off thousands and thousands of people.
And one more thing, you know what else doesn't help? The very high interest rates doesn't help. Like, for an example, there's someone that's listening. You're like, hey, I'm in my house. I have a 2.7 or 3% interest rate. I would like to maybe go and move over here, but I'm kind of stuck in my home because I have such a good interest rate and I don't want to sell and leave out of this. So you have a lot of people that are holding on to their homes.
Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. Okay, Washington's Attorney General is now pushing back hard against a new federal proposal that could dramatically limit gender-affirming care for minors, even in states like here, where that care is legal and protected. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has now unveiled these proposed rules that would cut off Medicare and Medicaid funding to hospitals or providers that offer gender-affirming care to youth. And that would effectively force those providers to choose between treating trans minors and serving seniors, low-income patients, or military families. And State Attorney General Nick Brown is calling this proposal cruel and unnecessary. He's emphasizing that nothing has changed under Washington law and that gender-affirming care remains legal. But pediatric experts are warning that the proposal is already having a chilling effect. For many families, for example, in Eastern Washington, this care was already out of reach even before this new federal proposal. Your thoughts?
Well, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page when we hear gender-affirming care.
Want me to give you a definition?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's not one single treatment. It's a range of medical and mental health care tailored to each child. I think a lot of people automatically go to, it's the surgery to change, and thinking that these are things that are permanent. For most teens, gender-affirming care starts with mental health support and counseling that helps a young person navigate gender dysphoria or anxiety or depression. For some adolescents, doctors may recommend puberty blockers, and those have been used for decades in pediatric care for early onset puberty, for example. A lot of people don't know that, but because it's become such a highly charged and politicized topic, I think, again, people just assume it is one thing when it's really not. For older teens, typically in mid to late adolescence, some may be prescribed hormone therapy, but that's only after they're carefully evaluated by medical specialists and with parental consent.
Yeah. Thank you for that definition, Ursula. I just want to make sure we're crystal when it comes to this because, lip injections, that's affirming care out there. I know that some of you folks out here get lip injections, and that's okay. Breast augmentation is another example.
Gender-affirming care? Probably not in the
in the what?
In the medical definition.
I'm just saying, if you guys can look it up yourselves, like breast augmentation is there, facial hair removal, right? If you got that mustache that seems to grow, maybe you have a beard that's growing and you want to have that move, voice therapy and all those stuff. Like these are the things. I just want to make sure the right definition is out there.
Adam in Ballard said the largest recipient population receiving gender-affirming care is cis males for breast reduction.
Hair plugs.
Yeah, so I think I would just suggest before you have a really strong opinion and say, I just think that this is the right move, I think folks should actually look into it, maybe talk to some medical experts, maybe talk to some families who've actually gone through it. Because, again, I think it's become such a politicized thing that, people are just not willing to even listen and learn.
Can I address this for a sec? Because the most common thing that people say is, well, I support if someone wants to do this when they're an adult, go ahead and make that decision. So the reason why this is such a problem and why Nick Brown is calling this cruel is, imagine that you are a trans girl. So you're born with male genitalia. You're a trans girl. You've gone through years of therapy, right? Your psychologist, your doctor has said, okay, yes, we understand that you truly are trans. The most cruel thing you could force that teen to do is to go through puberty as a boy, because that then becomes largely irreversible. Whereas if you block puberty, if someone decides to take the hormones later, they're not going to look like a man for their entire life. They will actually be able to pass. And so when you say you can't get gender affirming care, you're telling that trans teen, you'll never be able to pass as the gender that you feel and believe that you are. Further, when you ban it for minors, you also force a lot of kids to detransition or to go through that puberty that they've been delaying, which is hugely, hugely problematic.
Yeah. And I think you bring up great points. 253 just texted in and said, gender affirming care saved my son's life. Maybe you can reach out to that person, Chef. And again, because I think it's just important for people to understand and not get swayed by what has just become pure political points. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I think it's just become such a hot button, obsessive issue. And, I understand that, yes, there are people who end up detransitioning. But there are also, if you look at it, there are also a lot of young people who are dying by suicide and self-harming because of, basically being, in a I mean, there's just higher suicide rates. It does take a toll.
Yeah. Now, Ursula, I know sometimes you think your co-host is always out there left field, and I agree with you most of the time. But I just wanted to share with you the reasons why I brought up lip injections, why I brought up breast augmentation, why I brought up hair facial removal. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to throw out other ways, so when you do hear this topic come up, instead of it always being political, I wasn't trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to make fun of lightning because
but just trying to think of it in a different way.
Because here's what I think, where Ursula, sometimes where it's a possibility that our show can really fall on deaf ears, is when we try to make it seem like we are telling any parent or family what they should do when it comes to this topic. And I don't think that's what we do.
No.
What we do is we try to lay it out there. Yeah. You gave the exact definition, and I just wanted to give someone and give people other ways, so when you hear gender affirming care, understand it's not just the negative side of things. I wasn't joking. I was being serious.
And again, I would like to go back to, it should be between the medical professional, the child, and the parent.
Yes. To your point, the thing is, imagine if the government came and told you that your child could not access a medical procedure that their doctor recommended, their psychologist recommended, psychiatrist, and they had gone through years of counseling in order to access. We're talking about denying people medical care that is, by definition, the American Medical Association, the American Pediatric Association, every single major medical association in the world recognizes this as a legitimate form of medical treatment, and it is being targeted politically. And it's political because if you say, I don't want minors to permanently alter their bodies, they can possibly not make that choice, then why are we not hearing about the tens of thousands of girls who get nose jobs or breast augmentation, or the 80% of boys in this country who are circumcised without their consent? You hear nothing about that. The number of kids that actually medically transition is tiny.
Ursula, before we move on, I just want you to know, if I'm thinking about going to get testosterone, would you support me?
I will support.
There's a thing, Ursula. We've been making this show. We gotta, get some.
I know.
like, no more than just we would give you the facts, give you the news, and then we have some,
Yes, exactly. Okay. So, look at it. 10:23.
Talk about it.
Gee, we were supposed to. Wait a minute.
Who's a thrill seeker and who's a mastermind?
Yes.
Wait
a minute.
We'll do it at 10:30. What you want to do?
Let's do it.
Okay, so here's the question. If you're traveling out there, which one are you? Now, somebody already texted in and says, hey, I'm a thrill seeker, but I'm married to a mastermind. And by the way, if two people, you know what, I'll explain it. So are you a thrill seeker or a mastermind when it comes to traveling? We'll explain all that next. Gee Ursula.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught. The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth.
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
We're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The insurance world, it can be confusing. So have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
It's officially Subaru season, and now is the perfect time to upgrade. Subaru of Puyallup has a great selection of 2025 models with exceptional savings, including the all-weather favorites, the Crosstrek and Outback. Don't miss the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, where Subaru and Subaru of Puyallup donate $350 to charity for every new vehicle purchased. Start shopping today at SubaruofPuyallup.com. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at K2VisionRLE.com.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26, new customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Put the finishing touches on your holiday season and save 30% now at Sky Nursery. Unique ornaments, decor pieces, poinsettias, wreaths, and last-minute gift ideas, even fresh-cut Christmas trees are 30% off through Christmas Eve. SkyNursery.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Thanks to you, Nourishing Neighbors has raised $2.5 million in grocery cards to help families across Washington. Please make a donation at your local Safeway checkout during the holiday season to battle food insecurity. Visit nourishingneighbors.com.
It's always such a pleasure for me to catch up with you, Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. And as I understand it, calendar year is wrapping up. There's never a better time to take care of your aches and pains. Why?
Well, it's always a great time to come see us here at IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We'll take care of your aches and pains. We'll get you better. But particularly, Brock, at the end of the year, most people have met their deductibles. They may have HSA, may have FSA funds. So use the opportunity to use your insurance to treat those aches and pains so you're not taking them into the new year. So you're healthy, fit, and you're excited about the new year. That's what it's all about. Here at IRG, we are so dedicated to making sure our patients really understand the insurance because it's a complex world. So when you call us, we're going to help you navigate your insurance. But I will tell everybody listening right now, if you've met your deductible, get your aches and pains treated here at IRG. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of your insurance. We'll take care of your family. We'll take care of everybody.
Clinics up and down the Puget Sound for you to go visit or see them online at irgpt.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Auburn residents are being warned there continues to be a risk of flooding, fast-moving water, and hazardous debris flows from the White River. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
There are fresh warnings that the White River will flood again in Pacific and Auburn. It is at minor flood stage as of Friday morning, but the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts the river could hit a moderate flood stage Friday night and then stay that way through the weekend and into early next week. The nearby Green River will remain at a minor flood stage. In Auburn, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A flood watch is in effect for most of western Washington with a warning along a few rivers. A winter storm warning is in effect for the mountains through tomorrow. More from KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha at Snoqualmie Pass.
We're seeing some light snow and a wintry mix coming down. Apart from the ice and slush, there's just this sort of granular sort of snow that's piling up. It's really not accumulating just yet, but we could see the snow get a lot heavier. We could see different factors coming into play as the day progresses. According to WashDOT, traction tires are advised only, oversized vehicles prohibited.
1 to 2 feet of snow is expected in the mountains. This week's windstorm knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of Western Washington customers. That's down to about 10,000 now. This Whidbey Island man giving props to utility crews.
They've been working their butts off. I mean, those guys, hats off to them. I mean, this has been a big storm, and there's a lot of outages, and, it's like triage, taking care of the masses as much as they can. And hopefully they get to take care of themselves at some point.
The storm cleanup will take a while. Governor Bob Ferguson touring storm and flood damage in parts of Whatcom County, including Sumas, Everson, and Nooksack.
The situation's very serious for our state and will be for a very, very long time. There's no two ways around that.
If the legislature approves, the governor's $244 million supplemental budget would include $55 million to repair affordable homes, including those damaged by floods, as well as $81 million for new affordable rentals. Sports Illustrated has named Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh family. It's breakout star of the year for 2025. The 29-year-old had a historic season.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
60 home runs, the most ever for a Mariners player. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 325 points. NASDAQ ahead 266. KIRO News Radio traffic. In East Pierce County, a section of State Route 162 is closed between Ording and South Prairie Road. This is due to water from a creek that's caused erosion right up next to that roadway. Floodwaters have blocked State Route 167 northbound between Auburn and Kent. Travel time's pretty good for this time of day. Federal Way to Seattle, 31 minutes. Everett to Seattle, 25. Renton to Bellevue, 14. And your lake bridges are clear. Traffic brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support. An afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Tickets at nwhopeandhealing.org. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Spotty showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 42 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is the Gee Ursula. Oh, shoot.
10:33. It's okay. You know what? I love that you have an extra bounce in your step for someone who was barely walking this morning.
Barely walking.
I know, and so I'm really I'm really proud of you that you're hanging in there and you're just putting on a smile on your face. Okay, but you asked the question.
Yeah, I asked the question because there's a lot of people that travel, including you, and I want to ask, and if you're married to one, that's fine too. So when you travel, which one are you? Are you the thrill seeker or are you the mastermind? Now, the thrill seeker is someone who, they booked the trip, but they figure out everything else later. They'll figure out where the restaurants will be. Oh, yeah, when I get there, we'll figure that out. But they just go there. Oh, I heard about this place. I haven't really looked into it, but you get there. But the mastermind almost has a spreadsheet. They're the ones in the group chat that sends the itinerary, tells you, hey, we're going to be eating here at this time, actually has planned breaks. From 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we will have free time at the hotel, get to relax a little bit, and then we have dinner reservations at 7 o'clock. Which one are you, the thrill seeker or the mastermind? Ursula?
I am definitely the thrill seeker. Are you shocked?
No!
I am the thrill seeker. So, yeah, I don't like to have everything all buttoned down because part of the excitement for me is to get there and kind of wing certain things. Now,
it gives me anxiety.
I know. Only to a point, though.
Okay.
Only to a point. Mm-hmm. Now, what's perfect is that I'm the more of the thrill seeker, and my husband is the mastermind. So he's the one who plots out where we're going to go, but he gets my input. So then he does all the legwork.
Yeah.
And then I need to have some input on what hotels because otherwise I am going to only be at Hampton Inn.
A bed's a bed, Ursula.
I know. I know. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, we were just at a Hampton Inn in Portland.
Mm-hmm. Good breakfast.
Exactly.
Good breakfast.
They give you a breakfast. It's clean.
A lot of times free parking.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm not snooty. But this last time when we went to Portugal and Spain.
Yeah.
I lived such a good 2 weeks because I traveled with masterminds.
Oh
my word.
Long live Mark and Steven are masterminds.
No. My girlfriends.
Oh, that's right. The girlfriend. Oh, it was all planned?
Yeah, it was all women. And it was all planned. They did all the research on the best restaurants. I mean, we were going to the most amazing restaurants. We had reservations. They had done all the research into hotels. They booked the cabs and all of it.
It was all lined up.
It was lined up. But then I said, we need to make sure that there is that free time because otherwise I go nuts.
Okay.
I can't have everything scheduled. How about
you? First of all, let me tell you a secret. Ladies, listen here. Let me give you just straight up sweeping statement. See, you were on a girls' trip, and there's somebody, it's probably a couple in there, a few of them, that had everything lined up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys about guys' trips or guys' night out or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's absolutely awful. I'm talking about sitting around, what you want to do. Where you want to go eat.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. Well, I heard about this place. Okay. And then you're sitting there for about 4 or 5 hours. And you don't have nothing planned. Now, believe it or not, I know I tell you guys that I don't prepare for the show, and I don't work. I get that.
You're joking.
And then you got, But I like her to be itinerant. Now, Lillian's way more buttoned up than me, which is good, right?
Yeah.
But we're both two masterminds.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Okay. Like, do you have tug of wars as to who gets to win in terms of what you want to do, or are you both on the same page?
Well, we're not on the same page with a couple of things. If it was up to Lillian, she'd be okay at a Motel 6. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pick I'm picking the hotel.
Our boys, at one point in time when we were going on these trips and Mark was booking the stuff, the boys were like, Mom, can you pick the hotel, please?
Can I say, as I'm not going to call myself a thrill seeker, I'll call myself a chill seeker. When you're traveling in a group, sometimes the mastermind ends up becoming the most hated person in the group because they're like driving people on this agenda. And it's like, hey, I didn't go on vacation to be on someone else's clock. Like, I went on vacation to relax, and I don't want you to plan a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, then you probably shouldn't travel in a group.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Because when you do that.
Well, guys groups.
Yeah.
Guys groups, right? Because, we sit around and who's largely made the decisions on every guys trip I've been on? It is not any of the guys. It is generally the alcohol.
Oh.
Right?
Well, that's
however
kind of
inebriated the group of guys is, they go where that inebriation leads them, which is nowhere good.
Let me tell you what makes a decision a lot of time. Person with the most money.
Barry in the 253 texted in.
Okay.
In 2009, he says, my wife and I loaded up all the camp gear and took a road trip with nothing planned. We headed to Yellowstone, cut south all the way to Arizona, over to Grand Canyon, Yosemite, all with just $3,000 cash, and it was unforgettable.
That actually sounds good, Barry.
Yeah.
That sounds, but that actually sounds really good. That's a good trip. Both of you guys together. Like, hey, let's go to Yellowstone. Let's just drive on a road trip. And by the way, road trips are really underrated, right? Like, I think road trips, Ursula, are more memorable. You remember those trips more than those flights and stuff.
And you end up having some of the best conversations too, because you're trapped in that little box.
Yeah.
And you got the freedom of time to be like, all right, well, we got a city coming up in about 100 miles.
Yes.
Let's check out what's there and just decide on the fly.
Yeah.
Now,
you have to have the perfect vacation is a combination of certain things planned so you have a little bit of structure, but then you can just freewheel with that free time that you have in there.
Now, I'm going to ask this. I'm not making a sweeping statement, Ursula, because I know we had David in Redmond that says, I'm the mastermind, no doubt. So my question is this. I've asked who is the thrill seeker and who is the mastermind. Is it fair to say that if you are the mastermind in the relationship, that you're the most boring in the relationship? I'm asking. I'm not making a sweeping statement.
No, because the two women who did all the planning for us, certainly not.
They're not boring?
The boring ones.
Wait.
Oh, my God.
Who was the one that I met at the party that told me, we're going to Pork Trip?
The mastermind.
Yeah, she ain't boring.
No, she's not boring. Hi, Laura.
Yeah, she's not boring. Yeah,
she's my friend I visit in Miami. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh.
Yes.
But I just said something a second ago. I don't know if you heard me. Because Chef was talking about the alcohol. I said sometimes the person in the group that decides what everybody does is one that's got the most money. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. That's how life goes sometimes.
You know what? I need to say one more thing.
Yeah.
The mastermind, the person who does all that planning, they don't get enough thanks.
No, that's true. You know what? That's true.
Thank you, Mark.
That's true.
Thank you, Laura and Di.
Hey, shout out. Look, my little friend group, right? Couples and stuff. You got Lillian and her friend Cheryl, and then the homegirl Sarah. So the three of them, when they be doing stuff, and Cheryl be like, oh, we need this snack, and we need this, and Lillian's like, oh, we need, and my girl Sarah be like, Hey, y'all just let me know where the party going.
Yeah, just give me.
Hey, Sarah, she should be chilling.
This one, I was like, just tell me what the bill is.
Hey, just let me know where we're going. I love how Sarah be like, you guys go ahead and get all over that.
Yes.
Because they want, we're going to be here at this time.
You know what, though? They're carrying the load.
Yeah. Scenarios next.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught. The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth?
An instant classic. This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Around here, rain isn't a surprise. While others run for cover, Seahawks fans step into the storm, game day ready. And the Pro Shop is how.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Seahawks!
Every game, any weather. We got that. Shop official Seahawks gear in store at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton. Or online at Seahawks.com/Pro Shop.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Celebrate the season with Seattle's own Kenny G at Dimitro's Jazz Alley. 4 nights of holiday hits and jazz classics, plus a special New Year's Eve celebration on December 31st. Get tickets now at jazzalley.com.
make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Ursula, my friends, I guess, was listening because I was talking about, who was the detail, the mastermind and stuff.
Yes, and you said Sarah was the one who
said Sarah was like, just tell me what
goes
party
with the
is.
flow.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's it. They're more easygoing.
Yeah.
Lily and Cheryl was like,
easy to please.
We need
But
to have a
again-
snack at this time at 2:37.
But you know who
and
appreciates-
here's some Tylenol and here's some chips.
Look here. See, I can tell already. You don't appreciate it enough. Because listen to your voice.
Let me tell you something.
You were making fun. And you know what? You know who would be the first to complain if someone didn't have that Tylenol, if you suddenly got a headache?
Oh, that was my next point.
Uh-huh.
Every time they always got the Advil and stuff like that, and they always have it. I make fun of it.
Yes.
I'll be talking stuff.
But you benefit from it.
And then I'll be quiet, and then I'll be talking again. All right, let's get to scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I've been dating this guy for about 7 months, and things have been great until the holidays hit. The first weekend in December, I asked him to go out and look at some Christmas lights with me. He said he'd rather watch paint dry. The following weekend, I asked him to watch Elf with me. He said it was stupid, but he wasn't into any of those holiday suggestions or movies anyways. He wanted to watch a new movie that he hadn't seen before, so I asked him why he hated Christmas so much, kind of as a joke. But he told me that he hated it because he said it was fake, commercial, and stressed everyone out. And even confessed that he hates giving or getting gifts. Wow. I just found out that I'm with a real-life Grinch. I told him that Christmas is important to me, and I have always wanted to have a partner with whom I can share this with. He said he doesn't get why it matters. I mean, could you imagine how much it will just hurt me if we had kids and he behaved this way? Should I let him know that if he doesn't like Christmas, he can't be with me? Can a relationship work? Can a relationship work where one person loves Christmas and the other one doesn't? 888-973-5476. Ursula, you have the bat first.
You said they've been dating 7 months?
7 months!
I would say don't go for an eighth. And I say that because it's not about him not liking the holidays.
Right.
It's about him being unwilling to compromise or to communicate.
Right.
Or to find some way to find some kind of happy medium. And if he's selfish there, he's probably selfish elsewhere. I'm going to bet.
Hey, look here.
I think you'd know that by 7 months, right?
Hey, ladies. Let me tell y'all, give y'all a sweeping statement. Quit trying to change men. You're never going to change him. He's going to be what he's going to be. If he don't like Christmas this year, the only reason why he going to fake like Christmasing, so he can be cool for a little bit. But then the real truth going to come out once y'all got kids and all together, and all of a sudden 5 years later, he like bah humbug. He's planning out guys' trips with his partners on Christmas.
Yes. He's just not that into you.
No, that's not true. He can still be into her. He just don't like Christmas. Why is he gonna fake the funk? What you mean?
Because again, if I tell somebody, hey, this is really important to me. I mean, again, you can do something to either support that person or find other ways. I'm just gonna guess that there are other signs that, because again, she's asking, is this too much?
You know what's important to Lillian?
What's that?
Putting the Christmas stuff up. You know what she don't do? Ask me to help.
I got to put a caveat on this, though.
I'm just saying, because she knows right now that this is not something that I like to do. That don't mean that I love her less.
It wasn't a deal breaker. So you had to be giving her something else somewhere else that made up for your lack of Christmas spirit.
Because
I guess that would be the question.
Lack of Christmas spirit doesn't mean you love her less.
Yeah.
One quick caveat, because I found a lot of the things that I have an internal opposition to reflexively came from a place of past, trauma or pain, right? So I hate family photos because my younger brother was always severely handicapped and he would go nuts and it was huge stress.
Yes.
Right? Did he grow up in a house where, they didn't have enough for Christmas?
Or maybe it was
is
always
that where
full
it's
of trauma.
Exactly. If it's coming from a place like that, stick with it. If it's not, bah humbug, get out.
Yeah. I think, as with so many of these scenarios, we need more details. But just based on that, my feeling was this person is very selfish.
Before we get to Nick, I just want you to know, Ursula, also, your delegation is real good about being masterminds, right? Very good planners.
See, that's a stereotype.
Yeah, you don't think? I'm trying to give you a compliment.
You're saying, I just told you I'm not a mastermind.
But Honey is.
Oh, no.
Honey's not a mastermind.
The planner?
Yeah.
No.
Is Walker
my sister Tina? Yes, Walker is a planner.
Oh.
Honey's definitely a thrill seeker. She's not a mastermind.
Thank you.
Just off my first interaction with her.
Thank you. Yeah, if anything, I would be more of the mastermind.
Okay.
Based on between the two of us.
Okay. Nick, what's up, man?
Well, there is a saying that opposites attract when it comes to relationships, but I always thought that referred to personalities and how they communicate and interact. Now it's stretching out to disliking holidays, turning down lights, movies, and festive time together. Maybe to Gee's point, he's more worried about having parties with his friends, or worse yet, maybe finding the next fling that isn't as involved with the holidays. So if I'm in her shoes, I'm calling it what it is and putting Scrooge on his label for lack of enthusiasm for these times.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Don't bother getting him a gift if he won't care about it, or even give him the gift of freedom by ending this thing and find a dude who loves Christmas as much as you do.
Hey, look here.
Okay, I want to read a text.
What you got?
That sums it up nicely.
What'd they say?
JLV in Puyallup.
What'd they say?
I hate Father's Day and Mother's Day. I think they're tacky and commercial, but I still celebrate them because they are important to my wife, my daughter, and my parents.
Well, you know what? I did something smart. Okay, that's fair. I did something smart about a few years ago. I had Lillian, and I still got the text. I had her rank her order of importance when it comes to holidays and gifts given. So that way I know.
Oh, my God, you did not.
Yeah, I did. I want to know which one is which.
What if she said, they're all important?
See, that's the problem. Come on now. Yeah.
That's an Ursula both sides answer.
Hey. But my whole point is that I don't think you want to throw someone away just because they don't enjoy Christmas like you do. Because they might have other good qualities.
And what I said was it's not about Christmas. It's about the unwillingness to compromise. Again, and y'all can get on me for the idea of compromise or finding something in the middle, but I'm going to stick to it.
More to Gee Ursula Show next.
Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
Gee and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO Newsradio.
Brent Wilcox and his daughter Hartley talk about holiday gatherings on the Wilcox family farm.
Hartley, we're getting together with all the family on the farm to celebrate the holidays.
Yay, it's always a good time.
Papa and Grandma are doing the turkey and all the fixins.
Sounds good.
Aunt Sarah and Uncle Andy will likely do the sweet potatoes and pies.
Nice. Can you bring me home some of those omega-3 eggs?
Why? What are you making?
Doodles.
Doodles?
Yeah, snickerdoodles, Dad. Come on, they're my favorite.
I should have known. I'll bring the eggs home tonight.
Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
Anytime, Hartley.
Look for Wilcox Organic, omega-3, and hard-boiled eggs at fine grocery stores near you, including Metropolitan Markets, Whole Foods, PCC Natural Markets, Fred Meyer, and Safeway. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Remember to pick up Wilcox hard-boiled eggs for a healthy snack on the go or a tasty addition to any meal. Available at Costco and your neighborhood grocery store.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels. A $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by CVS Health.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Justice Department is facing a deadline today to release its files on Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says he expects several thousand files to be released, with more to come. Aisha Bakshi of USA Today.
I've talked to lawyers for Epstein victims who also say that they know a lot that's in the documents the Justice Department has. Even though they can't disclose it themselves, they will be able to tell Justice Department is including everything or not. So we may hear a lot about whether this is really a full and transparent release.
And many lawmakers are blasting the partial release of the files, as CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns reports.
Leaders on Capitol Hill have said those investigations will continue because they do want to get justice for the victims. And again, they are hoping that they can get more information from the Justice Department itself.
Several drug companies are expected to announce price cuts today with the president at the White House. Similar deals have been announced before in return for expedited FDA reviews and other things. The suspect in the Brown University shooting and the killing of an MIT professor was a Portuguese national who received a green card through a Visa lottery program. The administration has now paused that program, as Nancy Cordes reports.
Based on what we know right now, there's no indication that this suspect had a criminal history or anything that necessarily would have been flagged from his background as part of that visa process. But nevertheless, the program has been placed on hold, and we have no indication how long that will last.
Anna Schechter reports there are a lot of unknowns regarding the suspect who killed himself at a storage facility in New Hampshire.
There is so little on him on the internet. It's really stunning. Did he scrape all of his presence on the internet prior to this attack? He certainly was planning this, because if you read that affidavit, It says that he rented that Nissan on December 1, so that's about 2 weeks before the shooting, and he was kind of driving around. Witness testimony suggests that he was actually casing the area, planning the attack at Brown University.
ByteDance has signed a deal that will lead to a new version of TikTok, owned by a group of investors where Americans will be in the majority. Jolene Kent reports.
It's unclear who exactly will own it in this deal, but according to an internal TikTok memo reviewed by CBS News, the new U.S. entity plans to retrain this algorithm on U.S. user data, which it says will make sure that your feed is, quote, free from outside manipulation.
Checking the numbers on Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. The Dow Jones Industrial's up 270 points. This is CBS News.
Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
Day 3 without power for many of you. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. In Bellevue, a crash is blocking a lane on I-405 northbound, north of I-90. A little bit of slowing in that area. In East Pierce County, a section of State Route 162 is closed between Ording and South Prairie due to water erosion near that road. Floodwaters have blocked State Route 167 northbound between Auburn and Kent. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. 1 week ago, we saw several western Washington rivers cresting at record levels. That is not expected today, but there's a flood watch for much of western Washington. Meteorologist Anna Lindeman says there's a potential for new flooding along rivers that have dams as dam operators work to ease pressure behind them.
The dam operators kind of have to act very quickly, releasing water, when there's more incoming water.
That includes the White and Green rivers, where we saw levee breaches last week. Thousands around western Washington remain out of power after windstorms this week. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has the latest on that.
Better news Friday morning for Snohomish County and Camino Island residents. Snohomish PUD reporting 3,800 homes and businesses are without power. That's down from 14,000 this time Thursday morning. The hardest hit areas, Camino Island and Stanwood, Snohomish, Arlington, and Granite Falls. It's been a long week for people living here, flooding, heavy rain, and those power outages. Crews are working around the clock to restore electricity. In Marysville, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A winter storm warning is in effect for the mountain passes through tomorrow. 1 to 2 feet of snow is expected. In Kitsap County, a dangerous dog investigation is underway.
Hey, sir, get in your car!
Kitsap County deputies say 4 dogs attacked another dog and then bit the people who tried to intervene in Bremerton Wednesday. One person suffered a severe facial wound. Seattle police making good on their promise to contact suspected Johns using prostitutes along Aurora Avenue North. Cops have been photographing the license plates of suspicious vehicles. In October and November, they sent 41 warning letters to registered vehicle owners. It was touted as the game of the year, and the Seahawks and Rams did not disappoint. Seattle overcame a 16-point deficit in the fourth quarter to beat LA and take control of the division.
Darnold has time, looks inside, it's caught, touchdown, make an extra point, make a conversion, I don't care what it is, the Seahawks win the game again on the last play of the game.
The Hawks won it at home 38-37. They are heading to the playoffs. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Spotty showers with highs in the mid-40s. It's 43 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Happy Fresh Fridays here on the Gee and Ursula Show. You know why I'm here. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. Why are you here? Because you were up late last night.
I'm cooked.
You are. And you've been doing well. The first 2 hours of the Gee and Ursula Show, you were able to just turn it on.
Yep.
But I'm kind of sensing that you're seeing that third base and you're like, it needs to be home plate.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to make it through, though. We are going to make it through.
I ain't leaving the house.
Okay, we're going to make it through. And
Okay.
you're doing an awesome job.
Okay.
888-973-5476, 888-97-3 KIRO. Coming up in Agree to Disagree. Now, you know the Powerball jackpot is super duper high for this weekend's. It's like over $1 billion, the jackpot is. And here's a question.
Yeah.
If you do an office pool and there's someone who says, hey, I'm going to give you the money, but I don't have it right now. And then let's say you win. Is that person going to get a cut of it? Okay, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And if they give you the dollars after you find out you won. Okay, so text us. What do you think? 888, don't answer, 973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. But you are about to share a story that has never been shared before, G. So I'm going to have you muster up some energy as I set us up right now.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Because last night, as y'all know by now, the Seahawks pulled off a stunning 38-37 overtime win over the Rams. And there was one play in particular that had so many people talking, especially youth. Actually, there was a number, but there's this one moment in time in the game that you're like, this really had you scratching your head. So talk about that.
And that was the 2-point conversion that everybody seemed to think that we just didn't get. Right?
Yeah.
And the Seahawks didn't get it. And you thought, okay, there's a screen pass. It's going to happen. It's incomplete. We're going to move on. The team thought to move on. The coaches thought to move on. Everybody thought to move on, including the referees, except for the eyes in the sky. And the eyes in the sky, look, every game, there's always the NFL, if you will, that are having people, especially towards the end of a game, that are always watching things to be like, hey, we're going to replay that because that looks like something that we see. We want to make sure we get it right.
See, I didn't even know all that was happening.
So, but the thing that makes this particular play different is that's what happened last night. And I don't believe that would have happened if this was on a Sunday. Because on a Sunday, there's multiple games being played across the NFL.
Oh.
But last night, there was only one game. So not just the world, but all of the eyes are watching this particular play. And in this particular play, you thought it was a screen pass.
Yeah.
You thought it was an incomplete.
Yeah.
Right? And what happens is
It's
he
on
threw
a
it.
2-point try.
It hits the ground, right? But he actually threw it behind, and it hit the ground. And so the nice guy in Zach Charbonnet, who goes over, there's that one person in your life that's like, hey, let me go pick that up off the ground, throw it away.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I'll go get the ball and I'll.
He's going to be the one who goes to the newsroom after everyone's eaten and sees all the empty boxes. Let me go ahead and take care of this.
Is that what you do?
Yes. Okay. I got you, though, right? He wasn't thinking that he was going to score some points, but the ball was live.
Ball was live.
Okay.
And so he just grabbed it, and it just so happened when he grabbed it in the end zone. And so the eyes in the sky are like, hey, wait a minute. Let's look at that pass again. So technically, this happened. So there's a lot of people, especially the Rams. The Rams are mad. They're like, oh, my goodness, the Seahawks and the refs, they're cheating. The truth is that's the rule. Like, there's nothing so fortunately, unfortunately, the letter of the law happened on the Seahawks side. It was just crazy. And speaking of 500 yards, over 500 yards by the Rams, 0 turnovers, and the opponent turned it over 3 times. That's the first time in NFL history that a team has lost with those numbers.
I hadn't even thought of if you were betting, if you were doing sports betting, like what that game would have looked like. And
you don't need to be sports betting anyways.
No. Exactly. No, I agree with you. But there are a lot of people who are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like a game like that just would have been crazy. But that wasn't the only thing that was nutty about. I mean, you brought up a stat. We've never had a comeback like the one we had.
So in 50 years of Seahawks football, if you thought last night when the Seahawks were down 16 with 8 minutes to go, if you, like me and everybody, except for the Seahawks themselves because they are still playing the game, if you thought that they were going to lose, there's a reason why. In 50 years of Seahawks football, the Seahawks are 0-172 when they are down 15 points or more in the fourth quarter. Let me say that again. 0 and 172. December 18th, 2025, they won. So the story that I wanted to tell, Ursula, was this. Last night, by the way, I'm trying to figure out in which order, but last night's game is one of the best games I've ever seen in my life, number one. It's up there with the NFC Championship against the 49ers for the Seahawks. It's up there with the NFC Championship with the Seahawks against the Green Bay Packers. And then there's this game right here. But I want to go and talk about something special about the Green Bay Packers game. So before I wasn't even full-time here, I was not working here at KIRO Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't had any kind of job. So I was still doing on the outside. You remember Ursula, I used to just come in and do the segments. All right. So before the NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers, I got a call from someone upstairs here at KIRO Radio, at this station. And they said, hey, listen, if the Seahawks win this game today and they go to the Super Bowl, we're going to have you go down and help cover the Seahawks at the Super Bowl.
Oh, my goodness.
Seriously?
This is a true story.
Were you expecting that at all?
No, not at all. Now, let me say this again. I was not working here.
Yeah.
So I got that call saying, hey, if they win, you'll get to cover it, right? So I called my dad after that phone call. And I said, Dad, guess what? They said if the Seahawks win, that I'm going to get to go down and cover the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. And he said, oh, really? And he's going crazy, like, oh, my goodness. He's like, yeah, they're going to win, right? So let's go to the NFC Championship game. Do you guys remember that game? You remember all the interceptions?
Walked out.
People walked out. The game was over. Listen, check this out. During the game, I called my dad, and I was like, man, Russell Wilson had thrown 4 interceptions. It was over.
Yeah.
Jermaine Kearse was a part of that. Jermaine Kearse was dropping footballs, right?
Yeah, I do remember that. Now I remember that, yes.
So I called my dad, and I'm like, man, if they would have won this game, I would have been able to. So this is I'm calling him during, like, I'm concerned. I want the Seahawks to win.
Yeah, well, because this would have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yes, for someone who pretty much was down and out at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I called my dad, and I was like, man, Seahawks, man, I wish they would have won. I would have got to go to the Super Bowl.
And the game wasn't over.
And the game was over. My dad said, champ, game ain't over. Game's not over.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know the story. Seahawks come back and win. Jermaine Kearse, right? Obviously, he's the hero in that moment.
Yes.
Yes, the story is I do go down, cover the Super Bowl. Like was said, they won. I go down, had a nice hotel. Life was good. By the way, one of the best days of my life because here I am. Oh, my goodness, I'm covering the Super Bowl for the Seahawks. So now we fast forward to last night.
Yeah.
In that moment last night, Jermaine Kearse was at the game last night and everything. I thought the game was the same thing, was going to be over.
Yes.
But there was a moment that snapped me back. And it was 8 minutes ago. The Seahawks are down 16. And that is when Rashid Shaheed returns that punt back.
That was crazy.
When he returns that punt back, and I was like, wait a minute, Jermaine's here? That was the moment that I said, oh my goodness, the Seahawks are going to win. Because I was flashed back to that moment. Sometimes in life, you can't make sense of it.
Yeah.
But things just start happening.
Yes.
And so last night when things start happening, I'm sitting there like, oh my God, here we go again. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we go again. And they win the game. And I was just like, whoa. But I never told that story.
That's an amazing story. I love that story. Okay, I got to ask you, though, because at the very end, when they had the decision, I did text you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't text you all game.
You text me.
And I did text you, and I said, was that the right decision to go? Because we thought, and my husband also thought, they should just go for the tie. And you responded to me so quickly, no. You told me, no, that's not the right decision.
I said no. And here's why. I did not want the Seahawks to go for 2. I wanted them to kick the extra point. because if the Seahawks end up tying that game, they still clinch for the playoffs because it was a win or tie, and you would clinch. Jermaine Kearse says, no.
Of course
you
he
go
does.
for it.
Yes.
You go for it. Doug Baldwin says, no, you go for it. I'm like, no, you kick it. You just get the tie. And I told you that on the text message.
Yes. But you also said, I hope I'm wrong.
I did.
Yes.
And I was wrong.
Yes.
But the coolest thing is being wrong.
Yes.
And even this
You couldn't
morning,
lose.
I was talking to them. I'm like, hey, they were like, would you still want to kick it? I said, yes, I would have wanted to play it safe.
Yeah.
And then I was asking, why would you want to not kick it? Because if they would have not got the 2-point conversion, they would have lost, and then they would have to get on the road to play against Carolina and have to win a game. And to which Jermaine says, well, guess we got to get on the road and go play.
Okay, but let's do what would have happened if they hadn't gone for it, and then the kick didn't make it, or it is just tied? Wouldn't they have always been like, why didn't they just go for it?
You lose the division at that point, right?
Well, no,
because
they don't lose the division. There's still more games left, right? It's not that you lose the division. I just wanted to play it safe.
Yeah.
Because you guarantee to get it.
Well, what Coach Mike McDonald said was he always had faith in the team, and it was he didn't even flinch at the idea. Well, that's what he says, at least.
But what if if they would have not got the 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
How would we be talking about this today? I mean, we'll never know.
Yeah, we won't.
We'll never know.
Okay, but what does this all mean, though? Now, is this a team of destiny, or what? I mean, what does all of this mean?
Right now, the Seahawks have the number 1 seed for the playoffs for everybody. They hold that. They hold a first-round bye. They still have to go on the road to play the Carolina Panthers next Sunday, and then they go on the road to play against the Niners. This is what I believe it means. I believe it means it's going to come down to that game in Santa Clara against the Niners. That's going to, yes, it's going to come down to that on the road.
Oh, wow.
Gee, let me ask you, though.
Yeah.
The goal of Mike McDonald, this team, is to go to and win a Super Bowl, not simply to make the playoffs and do better than people expected of them. And if they want to do that, the best way to do it is to win the division so the playoffs go through Lumen Field, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's the 2-point conversion there, right? That gives you... You're telling your team we're going all in for the Super Bowl, not just for, hey, we did a good job this year, fellas. We're gonna go as hard as we can to try and get that home field advantage.
That's why Mike McDonald is the head coach, not me.
Got to have some massive stones for that call.
You know what I mean? That's why he's the head coach.
Okay, is it too early to talk Super Bowl?
I mean, it's not too early to say and say that they are a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
That's not too early. I mean, they are a Super Bowl contender.
It's incredible.
They're one of the top teams. Right now, they hold the number 1 seed right now.
What do you think it is? Because, okay, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Did we think that we would be in this position at the beginning of the season?
I didn't.
I know.
I did not.
And I wouldn't know from one year or the other than what the experts say.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it about this team that makes them so special?
They're all bought in right away, and there's no really. The difference is if you guys
not based on one superstar.
If you guys go back to 2013, right? You go. Matter of fact, we talk about 2013 team all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And as good as they were a phenomenal team. But a lot of people forget the last 4 games of that regular season for the Seahawks. If you guys remember, they lost. They went 2-2 the last 4 games. I think what the strength of this team is they really do play together, and that's what you need in order. That's why it's so hard in the NFL to win. Mm-hmm. It is hard. You have a lot of talent, but it's hard for a whole bunch of people to all be on the same page. And I think what stands out, and I'm not just saying this, I think the reason why they are better than what we thought they'd be is I think that people like me or anybody who, even I'm close to the team, I still had no idea that they loved each other the way that they do.
See, how cool is that?
Is part of that because all of the players that were on the Super Bowl winning team are no longer on the team? You don't have these older players that have their own culture, their own expectations. Hey, we did it this way when Pete was here. You got a fresh new head coach and whole basically brand new roster.
Yeah. It's good until it works. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's nobody from that team. I mean, even still to this day, when they do something great on defense, oh my goodness, it's LOB 2.0. No, like, I think finally now this team truly does have their own identity. Matter of fact, on the field yesterday when I was announcing, they now call them the dark side defense. Like this defense is crazy good.
Okay, I need
How
to
come it
squeeze.
can't be the light side?
I need to squeeze in one more question.
Okay.
The uniforms, what they were wearing. The Seahawks
Yeah, what was
outfits.
that?
It looked like a Phil Knight kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
For the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, that was their rivalry. It was the first time that they had displayed that, and what a perfect time that it was. On my Instagram story, I took a video of the helmet. Like, the helmet was outrageous. It's like really cool,
Now,
outrageous.
on social media, was it considered a hit or a miss?
Well,
what was the feedback?
Okay, so here's the uniforms look better in person than they do on TV. For some reason on TV, they don't really come through.
When I looked on the TV, I thought it was the Philadelphia Eagles playing.
Yeah, it's like
I couldn't tell it was the Seahawks.
It's like me, y'all. It's like me on these cameras. If you watch it on YouTube and you're like, you know what? I think G is ugly on them cameras. I look better in real life, y'all.
Okay, stop. Yeah, and if you're looking at me in the cameras, like I'm kind of pulling back my neck here. I look more like J-Lo than what the cameras say.
But I'll say some people didn't like the uniform, some people did. Let me check my guy Nick. Nick, you like them?
I love the uniform. The helmet was great, but I will say they got to lay off the gray a little bit. Maybe throw in some blue and that green. But yeah, the helmet didn't match with the uniform. The helmet was awesome though. In the right lighting, it was like that sea green, Northwest green. It was so cool.
All right.
Riley and Kamena's calling us haters. Iridescent is sick, Riley says. Okay. Well, text us.
I got called a hater?
You're not. 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Agree to disagree next. This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught. The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth?
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
The holidays are here, and it is the perfect time to treat yourself to something that's going to last long after your Christmas lights come down. I am a repeat customer at Carter Subaru because they are honest people who know how to treat you right. And right now is a great time to buy. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection in the state. They have more than 800 vehicles in stock. So you're going to find the color and the trim that you want with savings that you love. And I mentioned that I am a repeat customer because each and every time we have been there, and also other family members have gone, they have said the same thing. Carter Subaru really knows how to treat you right. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 12/31/25.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A winter storm warning is in effect for the mountains through tomorrow. National Weather Service meteorologist Anna Lindeman.
Snow levels are going to remain below past levels, so anything that falls over the mountains is likely going to fall as snow through the weekend, and that'll just continue to add to the totals that are up there already.
1 to 2 feet of snow is expected. Still about 10,000 customers without power from midweek windstorms. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the latest from hard-hit Whidbey Island.
There are several sections of transmission lines that have been destroyed and are being replaced to get all power restored. Residents like West Helseth see PSE crews working all over the island.
They've been working their butts off. I mean, those guys, hats off to them. I mean, this has been a big storm, and there's a lot of outages, and hopefully they get to take care of themselves at some point here.
PSE says hopefully everyone will have power back by midnight. On Whidbey Island, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Eyes are on the Green and White Rivers, where there were levee breaches earlier this week. The mayor of Pacific says the barriers against the White River were put in place back in 2009. He tells KIRO 7 TV improvements are needed.
It has to be a two-part solution. One, create a barrier that can contain the water and create capacity.
and then come up with a dredging plan that dredges it like they used to do back in the 80s and before.
More flooding is possible as dam operators release water to ease the pressure on the whole system there. A warning from health officials as you clean up your waterlogged homes and businesses. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery explains.
First, they say try not to touch any floodwater that's still there. You'll need bleach to clean it off walls and floors. And use the mantra, when in doubt, throw it out. Because any food, water, medicine, or cosmetics that are not in waterproof containers could also be contaminated. And keep boots, gloves, and N95 masks on hand.
Police say a 48-year-old Portuguese man was the shooter who killed 2 students at Brown University last Saturday and an MIT professor at a home in Brookline, Massachusetts. The suspect was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Today is the deadline for the Justice Department to hand over all its files on convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche.
I expect that we're going to release more documents over the next couple of weeks. So today, several 100,000. And then over the next couple of weeks, I expect several 100,000 more.
He says the delay is needed to protect victims' identities. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 286 points. NASDAQ ahead 278. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Heather. Seattle Sports has the update. Aside from our remaining flood closures, our major routes are looking pretty good right now. Through Seattle, South 5 is crowded from Northgate into downtown. It's 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 slows a bit from I-90 up to Mercer. It's a 35-minute trip from Federal Way to Seattle. You're crowded from South 272nd and Federal Way up to South Center Boulevard. Out in Kitsap County, northbound 3 heading into Gorst has a solid backup that starts near Sunny Slope Road. Not sure what's behind this. It's about a 1.5 mile backup, though. And if you're going to the airport, the expressway at SeaTac right now is all jammed up from State Route 518 all the way down to the terminals. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Spotty showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 43 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It is time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves, just really go at it.
When do we start tossing around billion all the time? The Powerball is now at $1.5 billion. I remember when it hit 1 for the first time, but that was nuts. Now it seems normal. Yes. The next drawing is going to be on Saturday night. And if you're anything like our office, there may be someone in your office who goes around, hello, just wanted to see if you want to buy in for the office pool on the Powerball in this office. Of course, it's Ursula Reutin who does that. And usually in an office pool. I haven't done it in a while. It has been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually in that office pool, everyone's like, oh, sure, I'll throw you in a couple bucks.
Yes.
And there's always at least one person who says, yes, but let me get you later because they don't have cash on them, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you win, Ursula, do you cut that guy in?
If they paid before the drawing, yes. You know what I'm saying? If they say I'm going to do it, yeah. Or if they paid before the announcement was made, I'll say yes. I probably would count them in. Just make them pay and count them in. But I know that would be opening up a whole can of worms with the rest of the group, because there would be people who say, and what I've done in the past is that you have until this point, and if you don't, then you're not in. So you got to make the rules real clear, even in an office pool.
I always like to ask you what you think I would do on different situations.
Yes.
So in this situation, I'm getting ready to go buy the lotto tickets.
Yes.
And someone in this office says, hey, gee, I'll pay for it. I want one as well. And end up winning. They hadn't given me the money yet. Do you think that I would cut that person in on the money, or do you think I'd be like, nah?
Okay. See, there's two sides of you. There's one
depends
that's
on the coworker.
Always like, don't draw. It depends on the coworker. That would be one. Mm-hmm. Number two, it would be, the G who says, don't drop the bag, or that G who says, we're talking about money. You're leaving money on the table. Mm-hmm. Cal Raleigh's not a superstar, and he's leaving money on the table. Mm-hmm. But I also know the other G who is empathetic and who would probably say, I'll cut you in. And I'll go with that one.
Yep. Hands down. I am about the money, but I'm also about my word.
Yeah.
My word is everything to me. If I go out and Nick's like, hey, G, hey, man, I'll get a ticket too. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm cutting them in.
Yep.
Interestingly, this has actually happened a number of times. Yes. I was looking this up, and legally, usually what it comes down to is if the person has a history of, I got you and I'll pay you later, and they pay later in the past, and that's been accepted.
Yes.
If they have a history, generally courts will rule for that person, and they have to be covered. But if there's a policy of no pay, no play, then they get nothing. But a lot of these just end up getting settled because the folks don't want to squander all the earnings
exactly and
in
get it tied up in court.
Yeah, in this case though, I mean, a payout, post-tax payout of the Powerball in Washington State for 10 people would be about $43 million. And if you cut in an 11th, it'd be about 39.
You're still doing okay.
There's no way I could possibly live without that additional, $4 million? I think we'd all probably be just fine. We're just going to mix it up here because we didn't get to the note earlier.
Would you, real quick though, if you won the lotto, would you quit here at KIRO?
I probably wouldn't.
Until the check came in.
Well, let's put it this way. I might retire a little bit earlier, but I wouldn't quit day of, week of. I would give them a lot of runway. How about you? What would you do?
I'm going to do what the billionaires are doing.
Yeah.
Don't you find it funny that these billionaires all want to control media?
You just buy it.
What?
So you buy the radio station is what you're saying?
No.
I'm not giving up my mic.
No. I'm not saying I would buy the radio station. I'm saying I would just keep my mic and be way less filtered. What y'all gonna do? Fire? What y'all gonna do? Fire me? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, let me explore this.
Well, yeah, and let me explore this because the reality is, right now I'm choosing to work.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So why would it be different if I had that much more money?
Well,
now you're getting to my question, though. Do you think you can maintain a positive relationship with people in your office and have it be successful if you just got $40 million?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And everybody else is still getting their same paycheck?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah, I would, because I'd be, first of all, y'all know me, I'd be so generous around
Yes.
this thing.
Yes.
I only got $2. I'm still sometimes generous.
Yes.
See, I don't think it would be possible because you might not change and you might be generous, but it is inevitable that everybody around you is going to see you differently after that point.
But is that a you problem or a them problem?
It can very easily become a you problem if you have hostile employees and coworkers.
I mean, first of all, the hostile employees, whether it's here or anywhere else, and just in general, they stay hostile anyways, whether you broke or have money in your pocket.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Tita in the 206 says, I would not quit if I were working with you, Nick, Chef, Ursula. I wouldn't quit. That was Chef who put that in.
Hey, Nick, you quitting, dog?
I would be sticking around for a little while because I wouldn't want to be in a position where I don't know what to do with my life. I feel like you got to be here for a sec and then plan out what you're going to do with that money, and then you can go on your way. Because I don't want to be lost.
Hey, Nick, no, being serious, I believe that is the biggest problems why lotto winners lose their money.
They have no plan.
They have no plan and they have no structure.
This is true.
Like, there is no way that I can wake up every day with nothing to do.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. You go crazy when you have even a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. G jumped out of a helicopter with a bumper sticker on his booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just be doing random stuff.
What?
That's what I'm saying. When you rich, you do stuff that's just weird.
Because there's no limit. I think y'all are crazy. I mean, I love you, but bye.
But yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. No, and I believe
can find
that
plenty of things to do with my time.
So can I. Aaron says, Ursula, you would at least put in your 2 weeks notice. Yes, at least.
Oh, you would?
Oh, yeah. Note to everybody.
Would you throw yourself a sweet retirement party?
Oh, yeah. I'm planning.
First of
a few
all,
years from now, I will be holding one.
I throw myself a retirement party once a month. Hey, Gee, did you just have a retirement party? Yep. I just want to remind y'all I'm retired every month.
And they never know which is the real one.
The one thing I'd be worried about leaving this place if I won the lottery is what kind of people are you going to be surrounding yourself with after you leave this place, you know? Because these are good people here. And
It's
not a
true.
guarantee you're going to have people that are loyal to you just based off your wallet.
That's true. And would you, see, look at us. We're acting as if we have a chance of winning. For the record,
That's
I haven't
even
even.
fine. Somebody's
gotta win.
I haven't even, and see, that's the beauty of it. That's why I do those office pools, because you have a chance to dream for a minute.
Right.
Like, what would you do?
Susan at 253 says I wouldn't even tell anybody I won. See, y'all
That's really hard to do.
Y'all would know I won because I'd be going to bed at night with all kinds of jewelry on. I'd be going to bed with Louis Vuitton shoes. Why you got your shoes on? Because I'm rich.
Damien from Napavine, said, Ursula, stop buying those lottery tickets. We need you guys on the radio. See, the reason I choose to work is because of listeners like Damien.
Hey, coming up next, we got text messages and feedback. But before you turn off the radio and go do something, I got a question for you. And I got a question that has to do with 2026. We'll do it next. Gee Ursula.
Yes.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
A flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO News Radio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM and the KIRO News Radio app.
We're making a difference, everyone. G. Scott here. Already, thanks to your generosity, more than $2.5 million has been donated to nourishing neighbors at local Safeways. Those donations have already been turned into grocery cards, distributed across Washington to families who need it most. But if rising costs and tough times weren't enough, now massive flooding has displaced families from their homes. The need is tremendous and growing. Please help. When you shop at Safeway, please consider donating to Nourishing Neighbors at checkout. Your gift provides grocery cards distributed through food pantries, schools, and community centers so that families can shop with dignity and choose the foods to help make this season special to them. It's not just about food. It's about restoring hope, pride, and the ability to celebrate. Learn more at nourishingneighbors.com. The next time you're in Safeway, take a moment to give. Together, we can nourish everyone and make sure no one is left out during the holiday season. Visit nourishingneighbors.com.
Storm damage can hit your home hard. Your roof, siding, windows, and even your deck. That's why we're here 24/7 to respond when you need us most. Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. From emergency repairs to complete replacements, State Roofing and Exteriors has the team, the skills, and the experience to protect your home after the storm. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. so we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Veterans, if you're struggling with bills, VA loan expert Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says he may be able to cut your monthly expenses.
Many people accumulated a lot of debt over the past few years, and even if you have a low mortgage rate, your total monthly payments may be a struggle. The good news is VA loan rates have dropped, and that means you can do a VA cash-out refinance to pay off your high-interest rate debt and roll everything into one low monthly payment. For example, one of our VA clients saved $1,268 per month. And remember, with a VA loan, you can buy a home with no money down.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. Whether you're a veteran or seeking a conventional loan, you'll talk directly to me or a highly experienced senior advisor, never an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from the VA loan experts. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Hey, Skagit Thaddeus texted us, Ursula. It said, I can't believe you guys haven't answered the most important question. Are you taking that lotto winnings? Are you taking it over 30 years? Or are you taking half the cash value? Lump sum.
I'm doing a lump sum.
You do a lump sum?
Because you know why I said?
Why?
I don't know that I have 30 years. And then I added, my gosh, that's depressing.
Thaddeus, you just gave Ursula an existential crisis by the text line. Thank you.
I'm living each day the fullest, for sure.
Hey, Ursula, before we get to the text messages, and for the 2 to 3 people that's still here, I got a question for you.
What's that?
My question is, and this is for all of you all listening. Number one, have you all noticed how the flow of the show has been over the last week? And what I mean by that is like, for an example, if you look on television and you look at some of the major news that's going around there, whether it's Epstein and all that kind of stuff, have you guys noticed that, yes, Ursula's been making sure that you know about the local stuff that's going on, and if there's any national news that's very important, but we've really been trying to have a show that's, what would you call it, Ursula?
For all. A show that maybe really works on what our original mission is to find that common ground. Mm-hmm. And I say that because, and I'll just spell it out, when we talk about the current administration, I don't want to focus on the personality. Mm-hmm. And y'all know where G and I stand on that. And we're not trying to avoid hard news, right. But we also realize there's a lot more to talk about that we can find at this time where everything is so divisive, that there's stuff that we can talk about that really doesn't matter about your politics. And again, we're not, and is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
I mean, we're not trying to avoid anything. We talked about a decision involving the administration or a proposal regarding gender-affirming care, and we're going to still talk about the difficult things. But the point is, going into 2026, we just want to find ways to have conversations that we can all be a part of and not feel like one is, pitted against the other.
And so my question is if you all like that better than the alternative.
Yeah, text us.
I'm just curious.
Well, and one of the reasons we're doing it is not just because we're not trying to alienate people, but also because there's a certain amount of care that we need to have for both our mental health and your mental health out there.
Yes.
Because how much can you take of news that you don't feel great about?
Yeah. So, text us, 888-973-5476. If you don't text, but you want to send us a message on the Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. Hey, while you're there, post a picture of your tree. I posted a picture of mine, and a lot of you are sharing your pictures, and I'm going to live vicariously through you.
Ursula just wanted to snoop in your houses.
Yes. Okay, do you want to share some of the text messages? When we opened it up to the uniforms, all of you had a lot of strong opinions. Including Noel, who said those Seahawks uniforms look like junk last night. I changed the word. They look like the Oregon Ducks. Cindy in Gig Harbor, because I know G has already shut down News Boss, says they look just like the Philadelphia Eagles on the field with those awful uniforms. Whatever happened to the blue? But Cliff in Woodinville says those unis were fire. I loved them. And Dawn from Queen Anne said, I loved the uniforms. I texted friends about how cool they were. The shoulders and iridescence, that was really cool. And then you asked the question, G, are you the planner or thrill seeker when traveling?
Yeah.
He's officially checked out, folks.
For the 2-3 people who are still there, it's me, Ursula, and Nick.
T. Conway says, I'm the mastermind for planning the trip right down to where we're parking the car at the airport. Wow, and if there's a discount for it. I just spent the last month planning trip number 3 on our bucket list and spent hours watching flights, checking connecting flight times, reading reviews on the tour company that we're using at our destination, watching videos. T, you are the reason why the rest of the folks who are in your travel group get to enjoy their time. Thank you.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
Well, there's no doubt that many stayed up late until last night as a Christmas wish had hopes for being granted under lights. And even though some major doubts with time not in their hands, Seahawks faithful found the fruits of labor to safely land. And if the landing wasn't smooth to stay for holidays, there's a chance the holiday is out of town to get away. Glad they don't have to feel sorry for themselves in Cancun this year. They can stay right here at home.
It's very important that we get to our words to live by.
And this quote is from Tom Robbins, who says, our similarities bring us to a common ground. Our differences allow us to be fascinated by each other.
Love that. All right, Ursula.
Oh, man, you did so well until this last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're done.
Hey, your boy's cooked. You kept asking me, you kept looking over. I was saying, yep, sounds good. Wow, sounds like a winner right there.
You are going to have a great rest this weekend. I hope all of you have a fantastic weekend.
Thanks, Ursula. Go have some fun this weekend. Thanks, Chef. Nick, appreciate you, bro.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody. Here we go. Darnold has time. Looks inside. It's caught. The Seahawks win the game.
Playoff berth.
An instant classic.
This is who we are. That's Seahawks football.
Check.
Probably the craziest game I've ever seen.
With the playoffs looming, what's next?
You know, we're always going to fight.
Complete coverage at mynorthwest.com.
They now have the inside track on having the best record in the NFC.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
John Curley here. As humans, we value things that last. Local businesses, long-term relationships, people who have been in the community for years. That's Madrona Financial and CPAs. For decades, they've been serving Washingtonians, and what makes them different? They combine taxes and investments under one roof. Most firms do one or the other, but not both. Taxes are often your biggest retirement expense, bigger than travel or healthcare. Yet most never get a clear look at how taxes and investments fit together. That's why Madrona offers the Madrona Analysis. It's an easy-to-understand review of your retirement picture, income, taxes, investments, all working together in one coordinated plan. Best of all, it's conversational. You'll talk with someone who explains it all in plain English. Discover hidden tax traps, see if your portfolio matches income needs, and learn steps to retire with confidence. Call 833-673-7373 for your complimentary Madrona Analysis. Madrona Financial and CPAs, local, trusted, and here to put the whole picture together.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day. That's cvshealth.com/investor day.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.